Testing 1, 2. One final test, folks. Let's get excited. One more Dasher game. Here we go. Sounding all right. See you in a bit, Dasher Nation.
In the darkness, collide in the night. In the darkness, collide in the night. I was heartless until my soul came to life, and I feel it now. Want this forever, and I feel it now. You make me shiver, and I feel it now. Want this forever. Can you feel it now? You make me shiver. Can you feel it now? Want this forever, and I feel it
Very carefully comes. Oh, Murphy, a couple of big left hands. He has just unloaded some cannons.
and I feel it now. Want this forever. Can you feel it now? You make me shiver. I'm longing, pull me closer to you. In this moment, we get lost in this room, and I feel it now. Want this forever, and I feel it now. You make me shiver, and I feel it now. Want this forever. Can you feel it now?
He scores! Brandon Storchevsky's first. Couldn't have come at a better time.
Can you feel it now? Can you feel it now?
Brown over the top. Now trying to grab him. Worcester Brown takes down.
And I feel it now. You make me shiver, and I feel it now. Want this forever. Can you feel it
Make a move in
now?
front. Quick shot. Brosnan. Bar down. He scores. That's number 200. Justin Brosnan's done it. Quick shot. Solov. He scores. Salov now in the high slot. His quick shot, he scores! Nikolai Salov! Oh my goodness! Some bomb right hands in front of the Dasher bench. Pulls his helmet off, still goes. Now Jawan Davis in all alone. His first shot, he scores! Jawan Davis. Sizzle to his backhand, moving in, he scored! Blake Seewertson, how you doing? Firing up the crowd. Zach Horn in all alone with a breakaway. Walks in, shoots, scores! Zach Horn! Zinchenko towards the goal, shoots, he scores! Bogdan Zinchenko restores the lead. That second of the season goes over the top of the right. A couple more rights to Greco, takes him down and pounds him. Zinchenko with a couple over the top. He's got him against the glass. Bogdan Zinchenko, a healthy diet of rights.
My songs know what you did in the dark. My songs know what you did in the dark. So light 'em up.
Murphy scores! Brosnan who shoots, he scores! Justin Brosnan, the captain.
Take a hit, shoot me down, shoot me down. I won't ever hit the ground, hit the ground. Playing dead I'll never do. Gotta keep an eye on you. Patience is wearing thin, paper thin. Promises broke again. What a sin, but it only feeds my energy. So don't expect no sympathy. Smoke, fire, it's all going up. Don't you know I ain't afraid to shed a little blood? Smoke, fire, flares are going up, flares are going up. Oh, won't wave my white flag, no. This time I won't let go. I'd rather die than give up the fight, give up the fight, give up the fight, give up the fight. Won't wave my white flag, no. Oh, I White flag, never going up, never going up, no, no. White flag, never going up, never going up, no, no. Oh, wave my white flag, this time I won't let go. I'd rather die than give up the fight, give up the fight, give up the fight, give up the fight. Wave my white flag, oh, I won't go down slow. I'd rather die than give up the fight, give up the fight, give up the fight, give up the fight. Raise my white flag.
One last time, folks, it's Hockey Night live from Wytheville, Virginia. I'm your man, Devin Dobeck, the voice of the Dashers. Forever and always happy to be along with you here as the Dashers and the Bobcats are just about to get set and ready to go for Game 56 of the regular season. The final game for both teams. Let's take a look by the numbers where both teams stand. The Dashers 3-48-4 coming in to tonight's action. The Bobcats improved to a 4-game winning streak at 28-21-6. That 4-game winning streak is second only to the Columbus River Dragons, who had a big win against Athens last night to improve their streak to 5. But number 2 in the league with that streak thus far. Goals for, 2.3 for the Dashers, 3.4 for the Bobcats, a minus 190 goal differential versus a plus 17 for the Dashers versus Bobcats, respectively. Power play, 10.8% for the Dashers, 14.9% for the Cats, 67.8% on the kill for the Dashers, 79.5% for the Bobcats. The number 7 team in the Empire versus the number 4 in the Continental Division. The Dashers have lost all 3 matchups to date, but they've all been good and entertaining games. While we have an extra couple seconds here, let's take a look at the starting lineups tonight. First, for the Dashers, they go with the same 5, and Parker Rutherford in between the pipes as last night. Blake Sewardson centers Jawan Davis and TJ Prexler on that top unit. Malott and Gagnon have been the everyday pair for a couple weeks now. They'll be getting the last start from Paul McLean. And then for the Bobcats, Nick McHugh, Carson Andrioli, and Brandon Reller make up the first forward group. Josh Schlagers and Daniel Klinecki, the assistant captain, are the pairing, with Anthony Schrum in between the pipes, making just his second appearance of the season. Or his third appearance, second start, I should say. Got his first pro win in his pro debut back on March the 15th versus the Venom, stopping 26 of 27. Parker Rutherford comes in with a record of 3-30-0-3. He's got a save percentage right around .890, coming off a career-high 72 saves last night. What a night it was for Parker Rutherford in the losing effort. And a 5.30 goals against average. We're getting ready for all the action. Both teams are just about set to take the ice here, so we'll send it down to Mike Atwell one last time, public address announcer for the Bobcats, and get ready to roll here for Game 56 of the 24-25 FPHL season.
Michael Bader, performed tonight by Nevaeh Fields.
Oh, say, can you see by dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the balls bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Kicking off the finale of the 24-25 season here from inside the Hitachi Energy Arena. The Dashers, the Bobcats, one last time in their 4-game season series this season. I'm Devin Dobak, as always. Happy and thrilled to be along with you folks. Thank you so much for welcoming me for about 51 games this season. Of course, all 4 Watertown games on the road didn't get to do, and there was 1 Venom game, but other than that, we've been along together for 51 games, and what a ride it's been. I've enjoyed the experiences and conversations with each and every one of you. Excited for the Dashers and the Bobcats one last time. Definitely a bittersweet day. Wrapping up the season here. Dashers, of course, I'm sure by their account would have liked to have maybe been playing a little postseason hockey, but there's always the future, and time will certainly tell what will happen with the Dashers. But for now, we're going to live in the moment. Blake Sewardson, Brandon Reller set to take the opening face-off before we get underway here. One last time in Wytheville. Face-off is tied up and immediately won away by Prexler back to Malott. Jacob Gagnon up the wall to Jawan Davis, who punches it in. Jawan Davis appearing in his 2nd game since his injury a couple weeks ago against the Watertown Wolves sidelined him, where he missed about 4 games. Puck comes back out to center. Nathan Malott, the Thompson, Manitoba native, gives it over to Jacob Gagnon. Fresno, California right there. Awesome to see all these guys from all over the world coming together to play some FPHL hockey. It's been a blast this season. Andrioli, who had a pair of goals last night, looked to get the scoring started early, and it's a quick save made by Rutherford. Zach Horn, the former Blue Ridge Bobcat, fires a shot in that's quickly held onto by Schrum. Schrum, 6'2", 195 out of Norton Shores, Michigan, 26 years old, a rookie. Spent time from 2020 to 2024 at Worcester State University at the NCAA Division III level, back in my neck of the woods of Massachusetts. Dashers make some changes. There's Mo Levac sporting the number 71 here tonight. But him and Justin Brazen back in the lineup. It was cool to see the Dashers compete without both of their top offensive threats and veterans in the game. So now we'll see if maybe going up against a goalie with little experience and you got some offensive weapons, if the Dashers can find a way to play spoiler. We'll get more into the playoff picture in the Continental Division as we roll along here. But for the Bobcats now, they'll start things on the far side. There's Igor Ramanow wrapping one around the wall, picked up by Justin Daly. He slides it around the boards where Justin Brazen, the captain, picks it up as it knocked away for a moment by Michael Mercurio, who was credited with the game-winning goal last night. Made it 4-3, and of course, it ended up being 5-3, but that was the difference maker. 77 shots, a new franchise record for the Blue Ridge Bobcats last night. Parker Rutherford stopped 72 of them, a new career high for himself. Back across the blue line. Closing in with speed is Patrick Colgan. Another guy who hasn't seen the ice too much since his arrival, just in his 15th game played. Framingham State University alum, another Massachusetts guy. As Zach Horn can't get up to that puck, and Hunter Godmere sends it the other way. Closing in, here's Briscoe, who opened the scoring last night. It gets by Rutherford, but goes wide on the far side. Out to the point, Colgan shoots through traffic. It deflects up and into the glass. Controlled and slowed by Jacob Gagnon. Andrew Utero gets stuck by his former teammate Dennis Radchenko. Puck goes over to the far side. Closing in, here's Nick McHugh. Beautiful pass to the slot. Godmere couldn't dangle around Gagnon. A good effort by the Dasher defenseman that time. Ilner Madiarov, who was quiet last night, but he's been on a once-in-a-lifetime kind of tear. 6 goals in his previous 2 games prior to last night. They'll be looking in for some offenses. There's a big collision down in the corner. Utero got sandwiched by Godmere, and maybe Danny Martin was involved, the captain. Back the other way. Klinecki has it knocked away. It goes back over to Utero. Jumanji, give and go with Madiarov. Now peeling up the far side. Holding, surveying, looking for the middle. And the puck jumps up off his stick with the deflection. And will bleed back over to the near corner. Brandon Reller. 2 career hat tricks for the 6'4", long flowing blonde hair character. Of course, had his first one down in Danville over a month ago, and then has one with the Bobcats as well. Pass over to Andrioli, got through everything, out to Klinecki at the point. Trying to drop pass on over, but the Dashers collect the turnover. 3-on-2 with Jumanji along with O'Reilly and Erdman got a little too excited and hopped over that line before the play developed. So the draw will come out to the dot outside the blue line. Lucas Rothy's out there as well, the former Bobcat. He's got 2 goals in his previous 2 games, or 3 games, I should say. Scored on Friday night against the Motor City Rockers, and then, of course, opened the scoring last night against his former team, a place where he was the assistant captain earlier in the season. This one gets sent on in Malott with a nice reverse hit on Justin Daly there. Back behind the goal, here's Slavic, who scored his 4th goal of the season last night. Good forecheck from Rothy, frees up the puck on the near side. Daly, quick pass to Vlasov, goes all the way back to Ramanow, who wraps it around the wall in deep. Picked up by Mercurio, the former Watertown Wolf. Vlasov steers it back to the point for Hlavic. Back to Vlasov, who shoots. That one didn't get through. Delaney flips it back out to the point. At the top of the key, some nifty stick handling by Vlasov. Centers one off the skated Delaney, goes back into the end wall. Now here's Mercurio. Back up to the point, held by Ramanow. Hits the brakes, still surveying. Goes to the ice he's got in front of him. Now through a couple Dashers, gets freed on the near side. Pinching down low, the defenseman takes a hit from Delaney, but plays it for Daly. Daly to the middle, shoots Rutherford aggressively out of his crease. Makes another brilliant save. Get used to hearing that. Holding is Mercurio. Sends it back behind the goal where it's reeled in by Vlasov. Looking in the middle to the backhand. And unable to uncork the shot that time was Milan Brezko. Brezko, 5'11", 185 out of Kaden, Czech Republic that is, 30 years old. Just finished up at Midland University at the ACHA level before joining the Bobcats. Scored in his pro debut on March 28th versus the Carolina Thunderbirds and has had a point now in 4 of his 5 contests since joining the team. Good addition for Wojtek Zemlicka's group. Prexler, the former Bobcat on the far side, definitely got caught off there. Dashers have been looking to hit the zone in stride, and it's led to some communication issues as we head into our first media timeout here. We will take it. Still no score, but the Bobcats with an early lead in the shot department at 6-1. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to the Dashers Hockey Club on the Dashers Hockey Network.
Bush Guide, cold and smooth survival skills. Hello? Should you become stranded, be ready to signal rescuers. Bush.
How long have I been out here?
About 12 minutes. head for the mountains.
Back inside Hitachi Energy Arena, Devin Dobek along with you. As faceoff is won back to Colgan, he throws it into the skates of Brezko up to Hunter Godmere. Godmere hits the brakes, didn't have a goal last night, but in his previous 2 games had back-to-back hat tricks. One of the hottest offensive weapons in the league. You could throw him in the conversation with Ilner Matyarov as 2 of the hottest right now. Joanne Davis out to the point for Gagnon. Gagnon inadvertently wide. Sewardson, a really beautiful tip from in between the circles there. Almost led to an interesting attempt on goal. Gagnon now shoots, looking for a tip from Davis. Davis collects it back, looking to center one. Has his stick tied up by Danny Martin, the, of course, FPHL veteran. Now it's Godmere wheeling up the near side, one-on-one with Gagnon. Gagnon closes off his route, and Godmere is forced to take it onto the wall, where Gagnon forces it out. Gagnon's been a huge addition to this Dasher back end since arriving back from the Quad City Storm. As this one gets banked on in. The Quad City Storm, of course, were eliminated last night. So unfortunately for full season Dashers fans, they know that Brandon Stoichevsky's season has officially ended. Wishing him all the best in his future endeavors. Also, a huge shout out in other Dasher news to Cyril Nagurski, former defenseman who wore number 41, played a handful of games here with the Dashers before heading home to North Dakota, and him and his wife just welcomed their second child, a daughter. So congratulations to him. That was earlier today. Huge shout out to Cyril. Definitely miss having him around these parts, but fathering now his second daughter, and got to be pretty cool. Maybe next time a son, though, Cyril, before he gets outnumbered too bad. Matyarov back over the blue line to Uturo. Uturo quickly shoots. It got over the net. Schrum, a late reaction with the glove. Jumanji forces one on goal. Tipped by Malott over into the window once more. Uturo in a physical battle on the near wall. It's broken up, and Slagers plays it across to the far side. Good bank pass to Reller with speed closing. Shoots, and Rutherford makes the save. Delaney knocks it back to the far side. Matyarov out of his own end. Plays it for Jumanji, who pinballs it back on over to Ramanow. Ramanow looking to stretch it on out. 2-on-0 now for Daly. Daly back to McHugh. Oh, Rutherford with the pad stack. Denies Andreoli it was. Pardon me. But another brilliant save from Parker Rutherford. Good vision from Daly. It looked like he was going to take that himself, and Rutherford did not bite. Brausen pass over to Gagnon, who looks to extend it for Levac. Levac had the pass coming in around his waistline, couldn't knock it down, and it'll go as an icing, retreating the draw back to the Dashers' end. Shots are already 10-1 here, and we're 7.5 minutes into period 1. So Blue Ridge has picked right where they left off yesterday with high shot volume, but so far no one's been able to get in the scoreboard. Levac will take the draw with Mercurio. It's tied up and eventually settled by the Bobcats. Vlasov in the near corner below the end line. Pinches over to the far side. Sends it up to the left wing. Ramanow tried to force one in the direction of Rutherford, and it ends up ricocheting back out of the zone. Blavic back over to Ramanow. Ramanow to the tape of Jacob Gagnon, turns it over. Gagnon tried to force it to Horn. Levac couldn't reel it in despite a couple stick lifts. And now here come the Bobcats. Mercurio just barely got it through the legs of Quinn O'Reilly, the junk dog. And Horn will help get it in deep. O'Reilly lets it play through to Gagnon. Back down low it comes, takes a funky bounce off the boards, or else Matyarov would have played it down low. Daly goes down in the corner. Officials keep their arms by their sides. As now this one comes in on Schrum, and we get ready for another whistle and a face-off. Try and pull up tonight's officiating crew. Like I said, I got 2 different stations that I'm broadcasting at tonight. 2 different bar stools that are across the room from each other. So gonna head over to table B and see if we can get some information on our officiating crew. Of course, now the internet's out. Well, we'll try and get those answers for you momentarily as face-off is controlled by the Dashers. Matyarov gets run into the wall by Colgan. And now it comes back over to the middle. Bobcats trying to break it back out of their zone. It comes to center. For Osith, who didn't play yesterday, forces one in. That Rutherford sticks aside with ease. Martin through the circle, tried to dangle around Jumanji, but puck got a little out of his reach, and it's forced back to center. Dennis Radchenko, known by Dashers fans for his bout with Thomas Murphy that you see in our hype videos. What a fight that was. Thomas Murphy, 6'2", 6'3", taking down 6'6", Dennis Radchenko with ease. Colgan knocks it down in the neutral zone. Comes back in, holding on his forehand. Drop pass to Martin, who loads up and lets it fly. And Rutherford makes the save there. Parker Rutherford has just aged like wine this season. Gotten better and better every game. Tonight's officials, Kenny Moniz and Brian Pincus, are the referees. Anders Gustafson and Chris Kwong are the linesmen. Back in my fast food drive-through window here inside the Hitachi Energy Arena. That is a better way to describe it. I kind of went on and on about it last night, but it's literally like a fast food window. You just kind of pop it open, stick your head out, and pretty cool view. Feel like I'm in the stands with the fans at times. It's now Prexler, drop pass to Davis. Davis on the far side shoots, and Schrum makes the save. Prexler trying to glove it down, runs into Klinecki, and the puck squirts free to Slagers. Out of the skates of Andrioli, it's now Reller. Give and go to Andrioli. Gliding to the net, Andrioli continues to hold. Looked like Slinger lost his stick blocking that pass. There goes a stick wrapped around the wall. Prexler trying to catch up to it. He's clearly being held. Officials didn't see it. Davis over to Sewardson. On goal, missed it. And it looks like now the referees are going to call something. Although, will it be on the Dashers? Looks like there's a slash being assessed. And Reller's the guilty party that's going to skate on over. 9:58 to go here, period one. Still no score, but the Dashers are headed to a Jenna Wirth State Farm power play. We'll step aside and be back in a flash right here on the Dashers Hockey Network.
Winter's coming. Think your furnace is good to go but want to be sure? For a limited time, CU Trade Services Kashevsky Heating and Air is offering a $65 basic operational check to get you ready for the cold. Need plumbing or electrical work too? CU Trade Services Kashevsky Heating and Air now proudly serves the Danville area for heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical services. Call CU Trade Services Kashevsky Heating and Air now to book your basic furnace operational check at 217-442-1454 or visit cutradeservices.com today.
Toyota of Danville is car shopping made easy. They provide a vast selection of new and used vehicles along with exceptional care. Car loans and financing are also available. Toyota of Danville prides themselves on their commitment to amazing customer experiences. They also have a service center to ensure the vehicle you purchase will be up to par and on the road for years to come. While you wait on service or parts, they have a wide variety of thoughtful amenities to enhance your experience. Come on down and see what Toyota of Danville can offer you. Toyota of Danville is located at 2106 Georgetown Road in Tilton, Illinois. You can search their new and used vehicles or parts inventory online. Feel free to schedule a visit for service. Visit toyotaofdanville.com or call 217-442-8474 to learn more. Toyota of Danville, the fun place to buy.
Back to the Jenna Wirth State Farm power play for the first time tonight. Mo Levac wins the draw back to Nathan Malott. Malott over to Brosnan with room in the far circle, shoots, and that one deflected on its way in. Horn has it now in the near corner, looking up for Malott. Malott tiptoes the blue line, back over to Horn. Horn down Broadway, shoots, save made by Schrum, and it's given back over to Malott. Back for Quinn O'Reilly. O'Reilly, cross ice to Brosnan. Brosnan, slap pass, looking for Horn. Had him on the back door, just didn't connect. Good stick tie up down low by the Cats. Horn, saucer pass over to Brosnan. A little trouble handling it. And now maybe numbers the other way for the Bobcats. Turnover to Mercurio. Daly with him. Malott, the lone defender, cross ice pass. And the saucer pass is fanned on by Daly. And now O'Reilly is going to go jump him. They get locked up. Daly forcing him into the wall. And now we could have something here in the corner. O'Reilly and Daly still going at it. With a power play going on the other side, referees letting the boys play tonight. Thought O'Reilly was going to get a penalty, and instead the retaliation from Daly might have squared things off, but this place was ready to explode with a fight. As this one's sent in on Rutherford, he goes around the wall. The first one there is going to be Danny Martin, though. Instead, it's cut off for Brezko. Played on back in. 40 seconds to go on the Dashers' opening power play. Madiarov collects a turnover in the offensive zone, goes down low to Uturo, trying to center for Prexler, and the Bobcats have it once more. Here comes Klinecki around a couple whacks of the stick by Madiarov. Taken away by Gagnon. Just one quick spear, and he's got possession. So gifted on the back end. Prexler through the neutral zone. Sends it back over for Uturo off the wall, who chips it ahead for Prexler. Loses the race to Ramanow, and it's back out to center. And the power play will come to a conclusion shortly. Back over to Gagnon from Prexler. Swung down low and held by Ramanow. Over to Blake Sewardson. Sewardson spoons it, turned it over for a moment, and now the Bobcats give it right back. Sewardson waits for his teammates to tag up and shoots! And it goes up and into the netting with 7:40 plus remaining. So we put Jenna away for the first time tonight. Huge shout out to Jenna Worth for her support of Dashers hockey this entire season. Pretty cool to have the Jenna Worth State Farm power play. It's just always rolled off the tongue, and appreciate all of her efforts and sponsorship of Dashers hockey. Practically have been saying Jenna Worth State Farm power play in my sleep, now in game 56. Delaney, backhand pass over to Erdman. Erdman wraps it on in deep. Picked up off the wall by Colgan. Flanked by Jawan Davis. He has to rush and turns it over to Delaney. Delaney at the blue line. Area pass over for Davis. Goes left when the defender thought right. Drop pass to Jumanji, and he couldn't uncork the shot. Jumanji and Reller collide. That was a bit of a mismatch size-wise. Now back over in the direction of McHugh. Sent out to center. Rothie had a little trouble handling it in transition, but then forced a turnover. Rothie with Davis, 2-on-1 for the Dashers. Couldn't get it back to him. Good idea from Lucas Rothie, just had a little trouble executing as McHugh bumps into the official there, who's going to begin to hear it from the Bobcat faithful. Rothie below the end line. Still no score. Dashers have the last 4 shots. Now up to 11-6 in that first period. Davis goes down. The referees are going to get this one. And the Dashers are going to go back to a Jenna Worth State Farm power play, it looks like. Not sure who the guilty party is yet, but Vladislav Vlasov will skate on over, and we welcome back our friend Jenna Worth. Davis might have sold that call a little bit, but definitely there was some sort of stick infraction. Bobcats on the penalty kill have not been great this season, below 80% in the bottom 5 ranks of the league. Dasher power play, of course, has also been an area of struggle all season long, just over 10%. But maybe this will be the 1 in 10 that they can cash in on and go up early. It's been pretty refreshing to see all the first period leads the Dashers have had as of late. It's now finding a way to play the full 60-minute game. Levac out to the point for Malott. A little trouble handling it, but he recovers. Can't get it back over to Horn, and now here come the Bobcats. Mercurio takes a quick little hook from Levac. One-timer from Daly is stirred aside by Parker Rutherford. O'Reilly up the near side wall with speed, looking for a passing lane. Instead will glide back around the net and allow his team to reset. Brazen shoots from the far circle, and a save's made by Schrum before heading back to Parker Rutherford, who catches the pot fly for out number 1. Malott off the wall leads Madiarov. On over for Uturo. Uturo heads back in the other direction and slides it to Sewardson, leading Prexler into the offensive zone. He's bumped into by Radchenko. And the puck comes back out to the neutral zone again. Martin, saucer feed on over to Brezko. Brezko on the far side, wheeling below the end line, still holds and turns it back on over just out of Prexler's bandwidth though. And Radchenko will skate out some more penalty time before setting it down. Inside 5.5 minutes ago here, period 1. Shots are 12-7 in favor of the Bobcats. Uturo barreling down through center ice, holding. Drop pass quickly for Sewardson, who wraps it in deep. Prexler off the wall, plays it up to the top for Gagnon, but it bleeds out over the blue line again, and the Dashers will have to reset. 20 seconds to go on the power play. Sewardson doing it himself, gets a shot away. Still loose. Schrum trying to jump on top of it. Prexler might have got one more swing at it. Now tied up is Madyarov with Andrioli, and they're going to get in a bit of a tussle as the referees step in, and it'll be no blood. This will be our final media timeout of period number 1. Still scoreless from Hitachi Energy Arena. We'll be back in a dash.
Midwest Asphalt specializes in a wide range of services, including asphalt contracting, which includes seal coating, line striping, and patchwork, earthwork like grading, foundation work, excavation, sewer and water services, and site clearing, concrete services for walls, floors, foundations, sidewalks, and parking lots, and property demolition, industrial, residential, commercial demolition, and concrete removal. They are locally owned and operated by highly trained professional crews with emergency services available. Visit MidwestAsphaltCo.com to request a free estimate or call 217-446-3350. Gilbert Street Cafe serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They offer all of their menu options at any time of the day to satisfy any mood you find yourself in. They offer a variety of your favorite salads, sandwiches, burgers, and Italian dishes. Gilbert Street Cafe is a casual-style family restaurant in a comfortable, modern, and friendly environment. They are open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Feel free to place an order online for takeout or come and dine inside. Their friendly staff will greet you as part of their own family. You can call at 217-213-6169 or visit 628 North Gilbert Street in Danville. Gilbert Street Cafe is a proud sponsor of the Dashers Hockey Club.
Back underway here inside 5 minutes to go. The Dasher power play quickly coming to an end. Puck spits out to the point on the far side for Gagnon. Forces it back down low. Rothie had to jump up on him off the back of the apron of the cage. And now in front, Jumanji takes one more swipe at it, and Ramanel lets him know that that is the forbidden area, forcing him back on out. 4:41 on the clock. Still period 1. No score from Wytheville, Virginia. Dashers with about an 8-hour travel home after the game tonight, which will, of course, be bittersweet. Last travel, which I'm sure is something these guys won't miss, but just the road trip camaraderie definitely goes a long ways. Pass for Reller, hits the brakes, looking to center for Andrioli, but might have forced that pass, and Jawan Davis takes it away. As that one goes up and into the netting for a lucky fan, and we'll get ready for another face-offs draw. Jawan Davis and Michael Mercurio to take the ensuing face-off. It's won by the Bobcats. Down low, wheeling on around and holding his Ramanau. Ramanau looking to center, and it hit the stick of Davis out of his hand. He'll go retrieve his twig as now Ramanau shoots again. Rutherford had it for a moment and then tried to jump back on top of it, but luckily it's cleared and a good one. No icing. Across the 4-minute mark here. Lavick leads Mercurio, trying to find another gear in across the blue line. Erdman knocked it away. Rothie over to Delaney, back for Rothie. Rothie a little trouble playing it in that awkward cornerboard area, but he's able to almost get it out. Now another turnover, back on goal by Ferosith, and Rothie will flip it to center once again. Davis coming in like a bat out of hell, looking to track it down. Pays off with the extra effort, but he can't find a way to gain possession. Erdman runs into Ferosith. Radchenko on over for Ramanau, and it's poked up but not into the bench. Slinger controls it at his own blue line, heading back in the other direction. Takes an awkward check down by the stanchion there. And now it's Radchenko starting things out of his own zone. Levac Cowboys over the boards to join the play, along with Brosnan and Horn making up that unit for the Dashers. Down low, Godmere has it speared away, retrieved by Martin. Picked up once again by Brezko, who threw the pass a little hard for Godmere to handle. Radchenko turns it back on over to Erdman. Erdman with a burst of speed up the near side. Over the blue line, gets it back for Horn, and Horn had to hit him in the skates, and it goes back to the corner. At center ice now, Slinger steps up to give it to Erdman, but they might rule a hand pass here. We will see. That is the indication from the referee. And so we'll drop it once again here with 2:37 remaining. Brendan Reller, 6'4", 225 out of Hanover, Minnesota, just 21 years old, playing in game number 42 of his young professional career. Prior to arrival, dating to 2024, was with Bismarck of the NAHL. Funky bounce off the wall. Rutherford able to recover and jab it away from McHugh. Now here's TJ Prexler. Saucer pass just out of the bandwidth of Blake Sewardson. Goes over to Prexler once again. Reller back the other way, holding, shooting, and Rutherford makes another big save. Malott back across for Sewardson, able to catch up to it and knock it in over the blue line. Prexler shielding on his backhand, goes around the goal, looking to center for Sewardson, who jabbed it on goal, and McHugh skates it to safety across the 2-minute mark here. Slagers will dump it on in off the boards. Another funky bounce off the wall, something we've seen is a bit of a theme here tonight. Gagnon pinwheels one back for Malott. On over to Prexler, taking his time to make the next decision, and sends it back over to the far side. Malott hits the brakes, tried to shimmy away from Mercurio. Sewardson shot from the point, got knocked down. And now Blue Ridge still trying to figure out who wants possession. Daly stepping up, and Gagnon with a sweeping stick knocks it away. Still time for Mercurio, and the rebound went right through the legs of Vlasov. Could have been trouble. Jumanji through the Bobcat at center ice, using his speed. Tried a quick backhand feed, and now a blind pass is picked off by Daly. Hits the official on the far side. Nice hit by Gagnon, who locks up with the stick. And now creates an opportunity for himself the other way, going hard to the net. Backhander on goals, turned aside by Schrum. Back out to center, inside a minute to play here. In the opening period, still no score from Wytheville. Plavik below the end line. Taking his time. Uturo applies some light pressure. Now Matyarov comes in hot. 40 seconds, almost looks like a basketball play where they're trying to run it down for the final shot. Plavik in absolutely no hurry will now try and start the rush. Stretching one out the other way, and after all that hard effort, Blue Ridge ices the puck. And the draw will return back to the Bobcat end. Levac will hop back onto the ice. Had his first goal as a Dasher last Friday against the Motor City Rockers in the 8-2 defeat. Former OHL draft pick, went in the second round, number 34 overall, to the Brampton Battalion. 2017 Cup champ with the Dashers, and of course making his 6th start as Brazen rips that one on over the goal. Slinger out of his own end, quickly to Horn. Touch pass to Levac. Levac takes a hit up high from Godmere, lost his stick. Power on power there. Brazen to the middle, gets run in the back by Godmere, doing whatever he can without his stick. And maybe some words there from the captain, getting a little physical as Godmere finally retrieves his stick, and the clock bleeds out. And that will do it for period one here. Dashers and the Bobcats tied at 0. Shots are 16-11 in favor of the Bobcats. But an entertaining night of hockey, a little bit of everything here early on. Levac talking with the officials, not happy about something. Andrioli joins the conversation as both teams exit the ice. And that will do it for period one. Still no score from inside the Hitachi Energy Arena. Now time for some more of our typical programming here. And I apologize, I would love to do the short interviews, but they're about 90 seconds each, and considering I need to go start working on the article, hop, skipping, and jumping away, I'm just going to put on something that can kill some time for us. So in the meantime, sit tight, folks. We'll be back in a few short moments for period two. No score from Wytheville. Welcome to the first edition of Dashers Trivia. My name is Devin Dobek, joined by number 44 Trey Fisher and number 83 Nikolai Salov. Guys, excited to have you on board and see how well you can do with some Dashers and League Trivia. Welcome to the show. We're happy to have you guys.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks, Devin.
All right, so question 1. The Dashers have won one championship in franchise history, the Commissioner's Cup. What year did that happen? Trey?
2017.
2017 is the correct answer. So Trey's up 1-0. The Dashers hoisted that Commissioner's Cup in front of the home crowd. It was a pretty cool night from my understanding. Wish we could have been a part of that. All right, question 2. Trey's up 1-0. What year were the Dashers originally established in their first of 3 eras? Sal's got this one.
1981.
1981 is the correct answer. David S. Palmer Arena was built in 1980. A year later, the Dashers came to town and began their first of now 3 eras. Okay, question number 3. It's tied at 1-1. 6 different Dashers have played for both the era that began in 2011 as well as this era in 2024. Who are those 6 players? If you think you got a good handful, let's raise your hand and try it out.
88, Justin Brosnan.
That's 1.
94, Nick Gulo.
Yep, 2.
94, Dustin Henning.
Dustin Henning.
Number 4, Brad Denny.
Brad Denny.
Colsey.
Darius Cole. 5
Uh,
of the 6.
and the 6th.
If you think you know it, raise your hand for the 6th.
Who's the 6th?
I don't know. He hasn't played in the new era, but he was coaching.
Nope.
Coaching doesn't count?
Coaching doesn't count. There's one other player. They wore a letter this year.
They wore a letter. Oh, Lester Brown.
Lester Brown.
Twos.
That's all 6.
My
So
boy Lester, shout out.
Shout out Lester.
we will we'll call that a draw, even though Trey got most of it. So technically Trey's in front by a little bit.
Whoa.
Okay.
Lucky Sal.
Question 4. No looking at the answers, please.
I'm not.
No looking at the answers. He's trying to cheat, Sal. Sal's the fastest,
If
though.
you're not
He
cheating,
can
you're
get
not
the answer
trying.
the fastest. All right. What year did the FHL rebrand to what we now know as the FPHL? Trey.
2017 was the first year as the FP?
2017 is incorrect. Sal, do you have an answer?
It's got to be earlier.
Give him, yeah.
2015.
2018 was the correct answer.
It was
They
later.
started to rebrand in 2018, and officially it was started to be more well known as the FPHL by 2019. All right, so Trey's up. Question number 5. Justin Brosnan, the captain of the Dashers, is currently 9th all-time in league history for points with 380. How many of those points are goals? If you think you know the answer, raise your hand. We're going to
Who
go...
wants it?
Sal. We'll go Sal.
Justin Brother got 2002 goals.
2000? I got it.
All right, we're going to defer to Trey now.
I think after this Saturday night, it was 208 or 9.
208. 208 is the correct answer. 204 of those have come as a Dasher. Okay. Moving on to question 6. Trey's still ahead. What former Dasher coach, who was the head coach in 2017 of the championship team, is currently the head coach of the Carolina Thunderbirds? Sal.
Coach Harry.
Coach Harry.
Coach
Steve
Steve.
Harrison is the correct answer. All right, Sal's getting right back into it. Sticking with Braz here. Before his current number 88, what single-digit number did Justin Brosnan wear? Trey.
8?
Not 8. Sal?
Makes sense. I think it was number 7.
Number 7 is the correct answer. Sal gets number 7.
Look at you go, Sal.
And he now wears number 88 because he was born in 1988, 36 years old man. But yeah, the number has some significance.
Put some
to it.
respect on him.
All right. Question number 8. Who scored the game-winning goal for the Dashers against the Athens Rock Lobsters on the home opener? Trey.
My boy, Zach DeMars.
Zach DeMars
Shout
is
out,
the
Zach.
correct answer. Yes, Zach DeMars. So Trey's back in front by 1. Question number 9. We got 2 to go, so Sal, you got to win out to have a chance here. What goaltender set a career high in saves against the Monroe Moccasins, and how many was it? Sal, we'll give you a shot.
Charity. It was Parker Rutherford with 60 saves.
60 saves, Parker Rutherford. Correct answer.
What a performance, man.
He's made 113 stops in his last 2 outings. The guy is hot right now. All right, and finally, I'm going to ask Sal this question because Trey 100% knows the answer after what we just did. What is the name of the company who dropped the first Dasher IPL last week? The beer. The name of the beer company, Sal.
Oh, I have no idea. Only know the big brands. This is a local brewery here. I'll give this one to Trey.
Riggs Brewing Co.
Riggs Brewing Co. is the correct answer. Riggs Beer Company, but we'll accept it. Trey, once again, pulls it off. Guys, it was a pleasure to have you on for Dashers Trivia. We hope you enjoyed it, and maybe even some of the fans learned something new. But it was a blast, guys, and we got some more content to get to, so we'll wrap it right there. But Trey, congrats on the victory over your roommate, Nikolai Salov, the Russian Rocket. And, yeah, we'll step aside. Thank you for joining us on Dashers Intermission Trivia.
Thank you.
Welcome to the first edition of Dashers Trivia.
This is Parker Rutherford, and this is Dasher's Mic'd Up. Yeah, I don't know how well it's going to stay on. Yeah, I'm coming for you, Sal. All day. Man, I'm so glad I don't have to pay attention to these girls. Stop puck. That's all I got. Stop puck. I don't know who's starting. There we go. All right. Oh, thank you. Come on. You scumbag. He never shoots that. He's only doing it because he knows I have a microphone on. Head high. Thank you. Wesley, you can't hit me in the face today. I do not. See that expensive piece on me. I'm so sorry. I didn't know do that again. I apologize. Devin would kill you. I know. I got you. I'm going to go mess with Sal. Watch this. Oh, yeah. You're not scoring with that finger, right? There's no way. You're not scoring either. I'll let you have that. That guy is so strong. Yags, you got anything to say to the people? Like you love your wife? You love your wife? Yeah. You got that. Loves your wife. Easy peasy. Push up. Push up. Nope, not goals. Nope, not goals. Woo! Nope. 94 is not scoring today. Anymore.
He did walk in, bottom of the circle.
You should have shot it, Sal. No way.
Got that short side, open up the face of the blade.
He told me it wasn't happening today. His finger's too sore.
That's every day now. Fingers sore, his eyelashes hurt.
See, the good thing about playing goalie, you really don't have to pay attention to the drills. Just don't get scored on. Don't get scored on. It's a lonely position. You're going to hear a lot of random thoughts today. Just warning you in advance. I'm not weird, just a goalie. Same thing. We rescued a cat yesterday. Named it Scooter.
You participated in Chino last night or what?
I definitely participated in the Chino.
How was it? How's it cold at Brock?
I went up $5 at Barraz's, and then I lost 30 at the Chino.
Silver Nugget?
The silver, no. It's I think they call it the Palms or something. I don't like putting all these in the net. Not a fan. Oop. I'm way too OCD for this. They're all going to be against the back. Okay, I'm ready. Yep. Oh, I got it! Yeah! He's not hearing the end of that one when we get home. Not hearing the end of that. Yep. Yeah.
Somebody almost scored.
Just for Sal. Going for a sweep. Nobody usually talks to me that much. I wonder why they're doing it today. Weird. They usually don't shoot that high either. It's crazy. I really hope he doesn't dump this hard. Oh, please. Here we go. Come. All yours. Did you see that pass? On the backhand from my knees. Gotta go for a skate. Work on the edges. Because what else are we gonna do right now? Hi, guy. Nope. What a save by the D. No way! He was eating cookies for breakfast today. Dropped the ball in the parking lot on the way in. And ate him. And still ate him. What a freak. Sal's going high. 100% going high. He never goes glove. Never goes glove. Bo, your gloves are untied. That was a good one. I mean, I kind of look like a giant pumpkin out here. No way. Oh, you scumbag. Never goes 5-hole. I wonder what time Devin wakes up to do his hair every morning. Oh, I'm tired. I really miss Scooter. We're taking a good old walk around the apartments yesterday. Found a cat stuck in a tree. Tried to go down and get it. Decided to just climb down the second we started going down.
Happy New Year's, Merry Christmas, everybody, and hope we get a win for the Devil Dasher Hockey Club.
There we go. Merry Christmas, Feliz Navidad. What do you guys say to the people?
Come to our next home game.
There we go. Nothing. I want some strawberries. Nothing.
This is ASMR.
Mon's just so confused right now. Oscar has such a nice accent. Most accents really annoy me, but I love Oscar's. Love it. Look at the size comparison between Goals and Oscar. He usually makes me feel pretty bad. I think that's worse. That's worse. I live rent-free in these guys' heads. Okay. Gotcha, you eggs. How Kimmy has such disgusting moves on the shootout. I gotta do something stupid. Did I get it? Yeah, I got it. Thank you. So he's a nice guy. Go up behind the back. Nope. I got it. Right off the toe. Don't look at me like that. I know you want it. That wasn't fair and you know it. Man, I taught him a move yesterday. But I didn't teach you everything. Didn't teach you everything. I'm fat and tired. Give me a break. Get that on camera. Putting that everywhere. Scorpion. Yeah. There we go. Okay. Yep. Never hear the end of that one. Come on, boss. Oh boy, he knows. I deserve that. Oh.
Honestly, when's the last time Devin won at the casino?
I can't remember the last time.
I think he's funding that place right now.
He's basically just a charity. That's a big save, though. I don't know who lost, but I'm exhausted. You're lucky I'm fat and tired.
Hey, we love our goalies. We're ready to die for them every single night.
Feliz Navidad on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Feliz Navidad.
it off, still feeding him right. Grachenko off balance, down he goes. Thomas Murphy with a big fight win, fires up the crowd. Quick shot, hit the bottle, he scores! Nikolai Salov! Across far down, he scores! That's number 200! Justin Crosby stunning!
And we welcome you back for period 2 action. My name's Devin Novak. Along with you, let's take a look quickly at the game stats through 20 minutes of play. Still tied at 0. The shots are 16-11 in favor of the Bobcats. But through the opening 7 minutes, they were out shooting the Dashers 11-2. So very nice and refreshing to see the Dashers climb back in, of course, with the help of a pair of power plays in which they went 0 for 2. All 4 penalty minutes belonging to both minor penalties assessed to the Blue Ridge Bobcats. Both teams are just about set and ready to take the ice once again, and we'll get going here in the final second period of the 24-25 season. Such a bittersweet moment. Huge shout out to everybody who's made it all the way, and a platinum shout out to anyone who's watched all 56 games, whether it be the 51 I called and 5 on the Watertown Network or however it may be, but appreciate everybody for their support this entire journey and ride, and we'll get ready to rock and roll here and see what the Dashers have up their sleeve in the middle frame. Mike Atwell fires up the home crowd as the Bobcats take the ice, and they'll be joined by Parker Rutherford and the Dashers, and we'll get ready to go back underway here. No goal scorers at all in the opening period. So who's going to step up and take matters into their own hands here tonight? Dashers have had more than 3 goals against in 45 of their now 52 losses. So to see a 0 on the scoreboard through a frame has got to be pretty refreshing, not only to Dasher Nation, but for Parker Rutherford, who played exceptionally well. Goalie battle between him and Anthony Schrum going on at the moment, as the Dashers over and set on the bench. Matt Musgrove made the trip, of course, the Dashers equipment manager, who typically has only been at home games, but he's made a few road trips, and things definitely seem to run a lot smoother with him around. So huge shout out to Matt Man. Definitely going to be missing him once the season finally concludes, but a huge piece of this Dasher team that doesn't get the credit he deserves, especially all the hours he works on the clock and on call to make sure everything's up to par, not only for road trips, but home games, other teams' accommodations. So shout out to Matt Musgrove. Sewardson and Reller will do the face-off again, a battle of the long, blonde-haired guys. Reller's got a couple inches on Suey, though, unfortunately, as face-off is controlled by the Bobcats, and we're back underway. McHugh off the glove of Gagnon gets it in deep. It's Andrioli, the first one there in the corner. Carson Andrioli, another big body. The assistant captain, 6'1", 205 out of Toronto, Ontario. Playing in his 89th career FPHL game. Leads the team in penalty minutes with 114. Second-year Bobcat made his debut with the Columbus River Dragons back in the 23-24 season before joining here in Wytheville, and he's quickly become a fan favorite, of course, given the letter by Wojtek Zemlicka. Reller, a face-off move off the dot, and will go chase, but it's controlled by the Dashers. Turned back over, and Sewardson gets it on back for the visitors. Davis accepts a check from Klinecki to try and flip the puck up the wall. Still being held onto by the Bobcats. Wheeling around the near side, here's Slagers. Going down trying to break it up was TJ Prexler, but Gagnon on a good strong back check frees up the puck. Malott quickly out to Prexler. Touch pass for Davis. Maybe a 2-on-1, but Prexler running out of speed. Drop pass from Davis. Sewardson wasn't on the same wavelength as him, and now here come the Bobcats right back from north to south. Ramming out. holding the puck on his backhand. To the middle, centers one, they score. It's Igor Ramanow who just sent it to the middle. It gets deflected home. I believe a friendly tip from the Dashers. And the Bobcats, just 58 seconds into the second frame, have opened the scoring. It is Igor Ramanow, his 4th of the season. That's his first goal since March 15th against the HC Venom. And a big one to break the deadlock here. Of course, we talked about the playoff implications. Baton Rouge has one more matchup with the Mississippi Seawolves, and after the way last night's affair went, you've got to think they're probably going to win. So Blue Ridge needs to win this game in regulation if they want to host that playoff game on Tuesday. Of course, the wild card playoff game. It'll be Watertown hosting Motor City in the Empire Division, and we're just looking to see a location, which is, of course, all the weight that this game holds for the Bobcats. They win, they host. They lose or the game goes to overtime, it will likely be going down to Baton Rouge as the Dashers are going to take their first penalty of the hockey game, and we go to our first Carnegie Dumpstar penalty kill. Fans also, it's Ian Erdman that's going to be assessed for the slash, but fans also will be posting it again later tonight, but we posted it yesterday and just want to make sure everybody has a chance to cast their bids on the Dash auction site to try and take home their favorite player's uniform. It will have the current player's name bar on it when you bid on it. So those auctions are live on Dash. The links are in our Instagram bio in the links section. Or you can go on our Facebook page, find the jersey auction posts about 3 or 4 posts ago by scrolling down and hit either the home black or the road white link. And you'll be in business. Keep an eye on it. Make sure you don't get outbid if you want to make sure that you're getting a piece of Dasher history. Mercurio back down low for Reller. Reller coils away from Gagnon and feeds it back to Mercurio. Rufus, the mascot of the Bobcats, taunting Ian Erdman behind him in the penalty bench. Justin Daly back over to the point for Klinecki, the other assistant captain for the Bobcats, wheeling through the near side circle. Centers one for McHugh, trying to find a way to get it to his forehand, and Sewardsson's able to force it on out. Blake Sewardson has been a huge part of the penalty kill for the Dashers. Zach Horn and Mo Levac will chime in for Sewardson and Jumanji on the penalty kill. And now here come the Cats once again. Godmere had one look at Levac and lost the puck. Levac sends it over to the near side wall where it's banked on in and settled by Schrump. Shots are 2-0 here in the opening 2.5 minutes of period number 2 in favor of the Bobcats. Ferosith gliding in, centers one, and Martin, if he'd shot that one on goal, probably could have got Rutherford sliding from right to left. Held and centered. Quick shot from Brezko's turned aside. Rutherford with a big 9-bell alarm save there. Lavick over to Martin. Cross for Godmere. Godmere almost had it knocked away by Levac, and now it's centered across again for Martin, and he's denied by Parker Rutherford with a brilliant glove save. .16:54 to go in period 2 and 27 seconds remaining on the Ian Erdman minor. Face-off is won by the Bobcats. Martin wins it back to Godmere, takes the space he's given. Toe drag release, deflects on over into the end wall. Godmere through the trapezoid behind the goal, being harassed by Lucas Rothy. Still a scrum on the near side, comes out to the point where it's touched on over to Ferosith. Now on the far side, Godmere shooting one through traffic, and it deflected back behind the goal. Rothy stapled into the wall by Brezko as the Dashers are able to clear, and they get Ian Erdman back. So back to even strength, 1-for-1 on the kill. Turnover, Prexler looking for a passing lane, gets it in. Davis who shoots. Oh, and the rebound, they couldn't score. There's a cheap shot on the ground. Sewardson, who was on all fours, just took a cross check to the back from Hlavic, and he is down. Draws a penalty, though. But Jawan Davis would have been cool to see if he'd held on to that one, what would have happened. Prime scoring opportunity as Sewardson has helped to the bench by the Blue Ridge trainer, clutching at his back as he heads to the bench. We'll try and keep an eye on him, see how his status is. O'Reilly, Brosnan, Levac, Malott, and Zach Horn will jump onto that first power play unit. Levac and Reller to take the face off. It's one with ease by Levac. Out to Malott. Saucer pass for Brosnan. Brosnan shoots off the skate of Radchenko. Back over to Horn. Couldn't settle the bouncing puck. Turns it over to Colgan, and it's tapped on out with a good stick by Andrioli. Loose puck. O'Reilly able to control it in the center circle. Gives it back to Malott. Over the line. Drop pass for O'Reilly, and the Dashers have the zone. Back for Malott. Outside the circle, trying to wheel his way back to his spot at the top. It's over to Brosnan. Quickly for Levac. Levac on the near side. Holding. Gives back to Zach Horn. Horn goes to the top. Touch pass from Malott. Gets it back and shoots. And a save made by Schrum. Brosnan was looking for a tip in front, just couldn't locate the puck. And we'll get ready for another whistle and a face-off. Blue Ridge will make a full change of their 4 penalty killers. Dashers stick with their same group. Killers include Mercurio with Slagers, Klinecki, and Daly out there for the Bobcats. Levac wins it away from Mercurio. Horn on his backhand glides over to the far side. Hits the brakes, looking to shimmy the defender. It takes a funky bounce off the wall, and O'Reilly's going to have to go try and track it back down. Stick lift of Horn doesn't do much. Brosnan gets undercut by Daly, and Dashers will have to reset. As O'Reilly will touch the puck, and they're going to get O'Reilly. He's going to be sent to the box for 2 minutes, not sure why. O'Reilly barking, not happy down in the penalty area. And I don't blame him, because the referees did not make it known what this call was for. And if it was for running in his mouth, reason to be upset. Abuse of officials is the call. So Quinn O'Reilly is sent off for telling the official something he shouldn't have. And the Dashers will play some 4-on-4 for a minute before they go to a Carnegie Dump Star penalty kill. Danny Martin wins it back. Klinecki D2D over to Slagers. Slagers holding below the end line, looking for a passing lane. Gagnon door to door with him. Slinger gets reversed by Brezko. Now Gagnon cuts off Brezko's path and gets it back over to Slinger. Slinger holding, trying to bleed out some of that time. Martin continues to harass him, reaching over him, trying to find a way to settle the puck. Now it's Prexler. Out of his own end, will wheel through center ice, back over the blue line. Slinger stays onside. Prexler, couple shimmies, goes around the goal, fiddling and diddling, holding the puck along with him. Knocks it back on over to Sewardson, trying to settle it. Slinger looking for a tip in front. Prexler just knocked it down. Good pass out to Gagnon, who shoots, and he missed the net. Prexler still has it around the blue line. Dashers are now shorthanded. Gagnon shoots, tipped in front by Sewardson, so he didn't miss more than a shift. Good look from Gagnon to Sewardson, one of the best the Dashers have had all night. And we'll play on. Going to the goal is Brezko, and he scores! What a beautiful move by Milan Brezko to open up the 5-hole and slides the puck on through to double the Bobcat margin on the power play. It's 2-0. So the Dashers need to find a way to mount some offense. O'Reilly released from the box now. Paul McLean is heated over on the Dasher bench. You see him not pleased with his group's efforts on the man advantage. And of course, just a tough play, taking it to the net by Brezko. Tip of the cap for him. Madyarov wins this face-off back to Ian Erdman. Those two, of course, were teammates with the Texas Junior Brahmas. back in the NA 3HL in 23. Jumanji 2-on-2 with Erdman, shoots. That one knocked down in front. Dashers being shut out thus far. They've been shut out 7 times this season. Uturo has it now. Just one shot for the Dashers in the opening 6.5 minutes. Bobcats have countered with 5 of their own, and both goals. Turnover in front. Delaney tried to step up and knock it in deep once again, and now he'll have to reset. Wraps it in deep. Slowed by the Bobcats, and now here comes Klinecki on over to Reller. Over the blue line, Reller holds back to his backhand, centers one, they score. Might have been kicked in by Klinecki, but for the moment it's going to stand as a tap-in goal, and the Bobcats have opened the floodgates here in the opening 7 minutes. They're going to credit the goal to Brandon Reller after all, so it might have went off a Dasher defender once again. We'll see if Paul McLean wants to take a look at it. But if you're the Dashers, got to find a way to kick it into gear. The game's slipping away through your fingertips right now, almost halfway home. Zach Horn having a conversation with the official, looking for some sort of validation. Doesn't get it, and we'll play some more hockey. Levac wins the draw, something that he's provided a huge boost to the Dashers with. Out to the point. Gagnon loads up and shoots. Rebound. Levac's got it. Couldn't tuck it to bed. Really good chance for the Dashers there. Gagnon rips it fly again, and a save's made by Schrum to the liking of the Hitachi Energy Arena faithful. It's our first media timeout. We will take it here. 3-0, the Bobcats in front to open up period 2. We'll be back in a flash.
Looking for a delicious way to enjoy a healthy beverage? Stir Nutrition is Tilton's new healthy hangout. They provide a wide selection of protein shakes, energy drinks, and protein coffees of various sizes and flavors. They also have seasonal specials to fit the vibes just right. Come on in to meet the friendly staff at 1770 Georgetown Road, Suite B in Tilton, Illinois to see for yourself, or call 217-703-1374 to learn more. Just because it's cold outside doesn't mean you can't have a bounce house. Make your party one that the kids, and maybe some adults, will remember. Dishman Inflatables offers a wide variety of different sizes and styles of inflatable fun. They pride themselves on exceptional service and affordable prices that can make any day a celebration. Turn your backyard into a princess palace or a pirate ship. There's even dunk tanks available. Located in Bismarck, Illinois, Dishman Inflatables will continue to serve Vermilion County in both Illinois and Indiana for years to come. Follow Dishman Inflatables on Facebook or call 217-474-6319 to learn more. Dishman Inflatables. We rent you the fun for your party.
Back here, Dashers trailing 3-0. 3 goals on 6 shots to start period 2 for the Bobcats, as Gagnon has his shot grabbed into the webbing of Anthony Schrum, and we'll get ready for another faceoff. Dashers this season in their wins have not overcome a deficit more than a goal. So now steering at a 3-goal margin for the Bobcats. We'll see how they can respond. Still plenty of time left in the hockey game. And the shots aren't too tilted. Just got to find a way to get some quality efforts. Delayed offside for the Dashers, as now the Bobcats will possess it. Davis comes over the boards for Brazen. Malott looking to chip it back up to Levac, and it gets all the way through down low. Colgan had it deflect off of Davis, but still gets it to Radchenko. Reeled in by Martin, who flips it up into the night sky. Malott is going to win the race just barely against Brezko. And the icing will stand and bring the puck back to Schrum's end. Sean Doyle out of the lineup tonight for the Dashers. But another guy who's made all kinds of contributions, and we appreciate having him around. And wishing him all the best in the rest of his hockey career. Malott back over to TJ Prexler, banked out of the zone. Sewardson nudges it up for Davis, looking to join the play is Gagnon. Davis looking for Gagnon, but loses the puck in the end wall. Colgan takes it away and sends it back down for Davis. Dropped on back to Colgan. He's looking for a passing lane, finds it out to Godmere. 3-on-2 brewing for the Bobcats, back the other way. Over the line is Godmere, jabbed away by Gagnon, who's been a real pain in his butt here tonight. Davis gets tripped up emphatically, and that will warrant another penalty. Just not using his head that time was Godmere. Of course, respect the effort trying to keep the play alive, but you take out skates, it's the easiest call an official can make. And so the Dashers will head back to the power play trying to chip away. .11:13 to go here in period 2. Godmere 2 minutes for tripping, and the Dashers power play unit will go to work for the 4th time tonight. Levac and Reller will take it. Levac once again wins it, but not controlled by Horn. Brazen with it outside the far circle. Drop pass to Malott. Over to Horn. Horn continues to hold. Drop pass for Malott once more. Malott backhanding one down low to Rothy. Rothy lets it walk by him. Levac digs it out of the wall and looking to skate it up to the point. He loses possession, and now here's Andrioli. Had a turnover for a moment. Levac waiting and using his stick. What a high IQ play to let the puck stay offside and protect it with your stick. But eventually it comes back on out. Malott back over to Brazen. Brazen carries it into the zone. Saucer pass across for Levac. Levac over to Malott. Malott back to Levac. Over to Malott once more for Levac. Looking for Malott again, and it's turned over. Andrioli in her foot race with Nathan Malott. Tried to dangle him, but Malott makes a great defensive play and breaks up the rush. Rothy back over to Malott. Gains the line. Back for Horn, and it's turned over and sent back out of the zone. Another lackluster looking power play for the Dashers here. Rothy fanned on the pass attempt, now gets it up the wall to Utero. Back over for Gagnon. Jacob Gagnon pulling down low behind Rutherford. Across the midway point here in period 2, halfway home, and the final game of the season. And the 4th and final matchup between these two, of course. Prexler to center. Back over to Sewardson, holding outside the circle. Pinches down low. Holding on his backhand, banks it out to Utero once more. Utero through traffic, shoots, he hit the crossbar and out. Really good shot from Utero as Sewardson bends it back over to him. Utero down low to Matyarov. Back to Utero. Back for Gagnon, slap shot instead of pass, and Sewardson sends it off the side of the goal. Might have had a piece of Schrum. Now bodies flying everywhere in front. Dashers have it out to Utero. He shoots. Another big save made by Schrum. Godmere fresh out of the box, trying to force it to Mercurio. Mercurio will flip it up and out of play, and we'll get ready for another whistle and a face-off. Mercurio and Utero exchange a couple shoves before they both go off for a change. Second media timeout of period 2. We'll take it. Still 3-0. The Bobcats in front. Back in a few moments after this word from our friends at Riggs.
Smooth, goes down easy.
You want one?
Yeah,
want one?
Cool.
A Riggs Brewing Co. Dasher IPL, locally brewed in Illinois.
Ooh, can I try? Juicy.
Only $6 at the Dasher games.
Ooh, I like. I would never buy another beer at the Dashers game other than that one.
Me neither.
Hey! Get him! Get him! Hey!
I could get used to this.
Oh, yeah.
Just like a Dasher's goal, everyone loves a Dasher's IPL.
By Riggs Beer Company.
Three nothing's our score. 8:53 to go here. Devin Doback along with you for the final time this season. Dasher Nation, what a ride it's been. Jawan Davis, who you just saw in the Riggs IPL commercial, will take the face-off up against Danny Martin. Martin, a true veteran, 6'1", 185 out of Ottawa, Ontario, playing in his 332nd FPHL game. He's got over 260 points as well to go along with that career. Good play down low, now to the middle. It's Ferosith, turning one, he scores! Damon Ferosith, with his 5th of the season, beats Rutherford short side off a turnover down low. And it's Bobcats 4, Dashers nothing. Just a really pretty shot out front by Ferosith, who freed up the puck and then just walked right to the middle untouched before uncorking a bullet of a wrist shot. That makes it 4-0. Danny Martin picks up another assist right there. The tally continues for him in his brilliant career. Ramanow back on over to Hlavic. Up the wall for Ferosith, who just scored the goal. Brazen will wrap it on in around the wall. Slowed down by Schrum. He plays it out to Ramanow. Ramanow up the near side wall. Had Horn door-to-door with him. Erdman with a nice hit on Brezko. Back in front of the penalty bench. Levac looking to dig it away from Martin. Erdman loses it. Here's Ferosith again in the near side hash. Centers one off the tape of the stick of Martin. And now Horn leads the charge the other way. Back over to Brazen. Threw it off the defender, looking to get it deep. And once again, it's another turnover. Dashers can't get that change they desperately needed. Just Davis hops on over for Brazen. Ramanow below the end line, looking for a passing lane all the way around the horn. Drops it on back for McHugh. McHugh shoots, rebound. Klinecki couldn't get it to his forehand with Rutherford out of position, and he misses a half-empty goal. Davis back over the blue line. Lost control of it, gets it back. Forces one in, turned aside by Schrum. Horn back for Davis. Davis pulling back around the goal, following where Horn just left some footsteps, and Reller tips over. Davis with a good, hard, clean hit. Turn back over to Delaney, who gives it over for Davis. Davis at the blue line, trying a quick dance move. Reller now gets it. 2-on-1 for the Bobcats. McHugh jumps in. Reller shot. Save made by Rutherford. Leaping all around, they score. It's Nick McHugh on the back doorstep, taking the loose change with a goaltender out of position and burying it. And all of a sudden, a 5-goal second period and counting has really turned this game into a boat race. McHugh with another multi-point effort, his 11th of the season. Second on the team in points with now close to 40. Had 4 scoreless games prior to last night, and now he's really just starting to step on the throat of the opponent once again. So this game nearing the territory of back with no return. Dashers need some answers very quickly. Shots are just 24-9. Bobcats have scored 5 goals on 8 shots here in the second period. Dashers have countered with 8 shots of their own, so the shot tallies are even. But Blue Ridge has had every goal that counts. On the far side, Uturo cuts it off from Radchenko. Madiarov back around for Delaney. Delaney below the end line. Saucer pass to Jumanji, who will start the charge. Into the skates of Daly, turns it over. Delaney gives it right back. Radchenko on over to Pat Colgan. Through the middle, it's tipped in deep by Brezko. Zach Slinger First one there for the Dashers. Goes back down low for Gagnon. Gagnon feeds it over to Utero for Madyarov, and now Jumanji. Yosuke Jumanji for Madyarov to the middle, shoots, still free in front. And now the Bobcats barreling down the ice the other way. Madyarov back into the play to avoid the 2-on-1 and forces an errant pass from Martin. Puck floats over to the far side once more. Dashers will change. Utero over to Gagnon. Down low. It's Erdman. Banking it back for Horn. Over to Levac behind the goal. Levac looking for a centering pass. Instead goes to the corner. Using his body to try and free up the puck. Now it's Lavic giving it away to Horn. Back for Lavic now, and McHugh breaks it out to Radchenko. Radchenko into the middle for Godmere. On over to Martin. Out of his reach, Gagnon will play it back around. Levac settles it on his backhand, gets it over to Brozin. Maybe a 3-on-2 for the Dashers. Brozin into the skates of Erdman. Erdman on goal. Save made. The rebound, and Horn skated by it. Tough break for them, and now a 2-on-1 the other way. Godmere back for Reller. Rutherford might have got run into a little bit, but keeps the puck out of the goal. Gagnon, another 3-on-2 starting for the Dashers. Davis cuts to the middle. Gagnon shoots. It floats wide. Davis still with it. Sends one on goal, and Schrum pounces on top of it once again with 4:28 to go. It'll be our final media timeout of period number 2. We'll take it and be back in a few short moments. 5-0, the Bobcats in front.
The solar industry has come a long way since it got its start, with lower installation costs, greater output and storage options, and financial incentives for getting started. Now is a great time to add solar to your home. Rector Solar and Roofing is your neighborhood authority in the solar industry. They are experienced roofers who know the value of solar and strive to put it to work in our community. They can dispel the myths surrounding solar and give you trusted advice that's accurate to your home. Visit rectorsolar.com to request a free quote or call 217-281-7000.
Jocko's features legendary pizza and so much more. Imagine all your favorite ingredients piled high on Jocko's crispy, crackery thin, or New York-style crust, plus many delectable signature pizzas. Jocko's award-winning loaded farm-fresh salad bar has the best selection in town and goes perfect with their daily homemade soups. Our extensive menu is comprised of a large variety of appetizers, hearty sandwiches, several entrees, including savory pasta and luscious desserts, wet your whistle signature wines, and craft beer specials. There is always something new to discover at Jocko's, so don't miss our daily and monthly specials. Kids of all ages will love the model trains and daily games on the big screens. We welcome groups of all sizes or enjoy the comfort of a homemade meal in the convenience of your home or office from their bountiful selection on the catering menu. Jocko's, rocking your taste buds since 1972, Gilbert and Williams, Danville, Illinois.
And we welcome you back inside 4.5 minutes to go here, period 2. The shots in the second period are 12-10 in favor of the Dashers, but all 5 goals in the frame belong to the Bobcats. That's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes, but for the Dashers, it's felt like it's been their MO this season. Even when they're taking strides in the right direction, still somehow things are going south. Sewardson on the far side, back over to Prexler. Prexler tried a fancy move just outside the crease, and he gets cut off. Reller leading the charge back the other way. He gets run into with a hip check by Rothy. Fans want to call, they won't get it. Good, hard, clean hit by Lucas Rothy to take down the 6'4 centerman. Klinecki run into by Sewardson. Good strong effort from him. Over to Prexler, backhander. Saved by Schrum, still loose. They can't tuck it home. And now some pushing and shoving. Sewardson and Mercurio get locked up, and the referees will come in. TJ Prexler, can't believe it, scored last night in his return to Wytheville. And now he's just completely upset with himself. Tough scenario there for the Dasher forward, but a good opportunity created by the hard play behind the goal by Blake Sewardson. Blake Sewardson, the assistant captain for the Dashers. Prior to his time with the Dashers, was at Western Michigan, playing ACHA hockey, also the NA3HL Louisiana Drillers, and was part of the all-divisional South team in his time there. Third FBHL team for him, along with the Venom and the Zydeco. Found a nice home here in Danville, though. Gagnon back over to Uturo. Went under his foot, and now Daly into the offensive zone. Holds at center, runs into Gagnon, and jammed up his shot where he couldn't pull the trigger. Good defensive effort there. Madyarov takes a run at Colgan. Now Daly runs into Jumanji. Malott avoids a couple hits and goes back in over the blue line. Drop pass for Madyarov in the direction of the goal. He takes a hit from Radchenko. Back the other way. Madyarov trying to cut off Colgan. It's going to be Mercurio now over the blue line. Slamming on the brakes, blue and edge. It's flipped out to center. Uturo lets it land but couldn't chip it in deep. Jumanji couldn't cut off Ferosith. A good dipsy doodle, but it's snuffed out by Nathan Malott. Strong defensive effort from him. Uturo back over to Jumanji. Jumanji tried to once again chop it, but it's cut on off. Inside 2.5 minutes to play here. Off the skate of the defender, it goes back out to center. Brazen, saucer pass just out of the bandwidth of Levac. Levac forced another turnover, now a chance to himself, and he lost it, trying to go to his backhand. Martin, 1-on-3 the other way, gets through all of them to the goal, backhander, save Rutherford. Dasher's trying to touch up, and it looks like Martin drew a penalty there. It's going to be a slash coming up against Ian Erdman, his second slashing penalty of the hockey game. I don't know how Martin just weaved through 3 Dashers, drew a penalty, and still almost scored. What an effort from the captain there. Sometimes veterans just have it. Saw Levac almost with an opportunity down the other end, and Martin does the same for his team. Couple clicks inside, 2 minutes to play here. As looks like maybe a timeout by the Bobcats. So while we have a couple extra seconds here, let's take a look at our Continental Division standings. Updated there for you. So Carolina has officially clinched the Continental Division. They've got home ice advantage throughout the playoffs, of course, until they play the Binghamton Black Bears. If and when that happens, then the game and the series would shift to Binghamton to begin. But Carolina has officially won the Continental Division, a hotly contested division. Athens right behind them. Each team still with 1 game left to play, but Carolina has the tiebreak. Columbus is there in 3rd place, just cracked the 100-point threshold. Congratulations to them with their 5th straight win, which is a league-leading mark. The Zydeco and the Bobcats tied at 89 points in the 4th and 5th spots. The Bobcats will jump over the Zydeco and host the game with a win here tonight. The Zydeco battling with the Mississippi Seawolves down south. And then Monroe and Mississippi have been eliminated. Empire standings look as so. Binghamton clinched the division and home ice throughout the playoffs. Following them is Danbury, Port, Watertown, Motor City, who will be traveling to Watertown for that play-in game on Tuesday, and then the Venom and the Dashers have been eliminated. That's one final look at our standings graphics here. Now back to the action out of that timeout. Inside 2 minutes to go. To the middle, quick chance in tight for Andrioli. Slinger trying to force him out from outside the crease. Down low, McHugh walks to the middle, gets it over to Andrioli, and he's buried by Lucas Rothy. McHugh out of the near sidewall, gives to Reller down low. Quick chance in front for Andrioli. Rutherford down once again. Dashers need to protect their goaltender. McHugh has his shot blocked by Rothy, gets it right on back. Andrioli forces it down low. McHugh tied up with Slinger. Sewardson will send it back out and down the distance, where it'll be held and controlled by Schrum. 70 seconds to play here, period 2. Shots 28-25 in favor of the Bobcats, but the scoreboard is a little out of control in favor of the home team. Reller touches it through his legs, driving the goal now around Gagnon, goes all the way around, hits the brakes below the end line. Back out to the point, kicked to stay in by Mercurio. Martin, couple head fakes, gets it back on over to Klinecki. Klinecki, quick touch passing going on from the Bobcats. 40 seconds to play here. Ramanow back over to Martin. Slap shot from Klinecki. Instead, Reller, a touch pass across for Martin. Klinecki for Reller. Reller shoots. Rutherford looked to have gotten a piece of that, and now the Dashers trying one last push the other way. Utero up the wall. Davis couldn't get there in time, and it's Bobcats right back the other way. Colgan gliding on in with his backhand. Gets it to Martin. Martin down the middle shoots. Tipped in front. Still loose. Rutherford makes a save, and Gagnon will try and clear out Presco, as now he receives a hug from Patrick Colgan, and things begin to settle down. Fans certainly into it here, and a lot of reasons to be happy about the efforts the Bobcats have provided here. They've got a commanding lead heading into the final period. With the Bobcats win, they'll host that playoff game on Tuesday, as I just mentioned, so reason to be excited. Gagnon back around the wall. It's going to go all the way back to Colgan. He'll skate out the remaining couple seconds, and that will do it for an action-packed but one-sided period two. The Bobcats with 5 goals on 15 shots on net. The Dashers posting 14 of their own shots on goal, but can't find anything to beat Anthony Schrum. So that's where we stand at 5-0. The Dashers with one more period of regulation hockey on tap. We're going to take another quick break and be back in a few moments for the final 20 right here on the Dashers Hockey Network.
Nuts About Bolts is a family and locally owned hardware store that has been open since 2015. Offering a wide range of products, they have the missing piece for your next project. If they don't have what you're looking for in stock, they can happily order it for you. Nuts About Bolts offers delivery services with no minimum purchase amount required. They take pride in their prices and friendly service. First-time customers get 10% off their first purchase. Additionally, Nuts About Bolts accepts returns up to 30 days after your purchase. They are open Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. and on Saturday from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. You can call at 217-516-3186 or visit them at 812 Warrington Avenue in Danville to learn more. Nuts About Bolts is a proud sponsor of Dashers Hockey.
This is no ordinary cup. This Scooter's coffee cup was served with a genuine so good to see you again smile. This cup has a little boost of energy just for you. This cup came with extra whip for good luck.
We lost!
You'll get them next time. This Scooter's coffee cup was made by your favorite barista for her favorite customer. So go ahead, scoot on around. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast.
Scoot on around.
We know a lot of people are hurting right now, and the Gold Rush is here to help. We are looking to fill our shelves with your pre-owned items. We pay top dollar for your jewelry, TVs, laptops, tablets, gaming systems, tools, musical equipment, coins, and much more. The Gold Rush Pawn Shop is Vermilion County's best pawn shop, as voted by the Commercial News Reader's Choice Awards for the last 20 years. We have 2 locations to serve you best. The Gold Rush at 20 North Hazel Street in Danville, and Gold Rush 2 at 41 East Main in Champaign.
Toyota of Danville is car shopping made easy. They provide a vast selection of new and used vehicles along with exceptional care. Car loans and financing are also available. Toyota of Danville prides themselves on their commitment to amazing customer experiences. They also have a service center to ensure the vehicle you purchase will be up to par and on the road for years to come. While you wait on service or parts, they have a wide variety of thoughtful amenities to enhance your experience. Come on down and see what Toyota of Danville can offer you. Toyota of Danville is located at 2106 Georgetown Road in Tilton, Illinois. You can search their new and used vehicles or parts inventory online. Feel free to schedule a visit for service. Visit toyotaofdanville.com or call 217-442-8474 to learn more. Toyota of Danville, the fun place to buy.
It's time to come home.
to Carpet Weaver's Flooring and Furniture Gallery.
We don't want you to just like your new floors. We want you to love them.
From waterproof floors and carpet to furniture and design advice.
You've got a team of experts on your side.
Now get our best prices of the season on every carpet and floor. Complete your room with furniture and accessories. Buy it all with free financing too. Come home to Carpet Weavers.
We're floors, furniture,
and family meet.
Just because it's cold outside doesn't mean you can't have a bounce house. Make your party one that the kids and maybe some adults will remember. Dishman Inflatables offers a wide variety of different sizes and styles of inflatable fun. They pride themselves on exceptional service and affordable prices that can make any day a celebration. Turn your backyard into a princess palace or a pirate ship. There's even dunk tanks available. Located in Bismarck, Illinois, Dishman Inflatables will continue to serve Vermilion County in both Illinois and Indiana for years to come. Follow Dishman Inflatables on Facebook or call 217-474-6319 to learn more. Dishman Inflatables. We rent you the fun for your party. Wilson's Complete Auto and Transmission LLC has been a full-service auto repair shop in Danville, Illinois since 1955. They specialize in full-service auto repair, transmission, and brakes. Their technicians have years of experience and are ASE certified. They're looking forward to growing their business and continuing to serve the Danville and surrounding areas. They'd like to personally invite you to stop in today for auto repair and maintenance. Visit wilsonscompleteauto.com or call 217-442-3382 to learn more. Watchfire empowers businesses to stand out, differentiate themselves, and create a strong market presence. They have developed an advertising solution capable of delivering affordable, effective, and immediate communication that drives revenue. Every aspect of their display hardware, content management software, and ongoing services are built around giving you the greatest tools available to help grow your business. Their world-class engineering team crafts each design and specifies each component to deliver worry-free performance and longevity. Their designs are thoughtful and intentional, aimed at delivering unparalleled uptime and stunning visual performance to a variety of different venues. Watchfire LED sign products carry their commitment to excellence and include the industry-best parts and factory labor warranties. Watchfire, the industry leader in quality, reliability, and customer service. Visit watchfiresigns.com or call 217-442-0611 to learn more.
Winter's coming. Think your furnace is good to go but want to be sure? For a limited time, CU Trade Services Kashevsky Heating and Air is offering a $65 basic operational check to get you ready for the cold. Need plumbing or electrical work too? CU Trade Services Kashevsky Heating and Air now proudly serves the Danville area for heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical services. Call CU Trade Services Kashevsky Heating and Air now to book your basic furnace operational check at 217-442-1454 or visit cutradeservices.com today.
Sleep Inn and Suites in Danville offer a simply stylish sanctuary near the Danville Area Community College. Their wide variety of amenities and accommodations make it the place to stay for anyone. Make yourself at home in one of their 76 individually furnished guest rooms, featuring refrigerators and microwaves. Your pillow-top bed comes with premium bedding. Wired and wireless internet access is complimentary, while 32-inch flat-screen televisions with cable programming provide the entertainment. Private bathrooms with showers feature complimentary toiletries and hair dryers. A complimentary full breakfast is served on weekdays from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. and on weekends from 6:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. Conveniently located off of I-74, they are also within driving distance from several local sites and destinations, including Bunker Hill and Kennecook County Park, the David S. Palmer Arena, and the Village Mall. Looking for a delicious way to enjoy a healthy beverage? Stir Nutrition is Tilton's new healthy hangout. They provide a wide selection of protein shakes, energy drinks, and protein coffees of various sizes and flavors. They also have seasonal specials to fit the vibes just right. Come on in to meet the friendly staff at 1770 Georgetown Road, Suite B in Tilton, Illinois to see for yourself or call 217-703-1374 to learn more. Gilbert Street Cafe serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They offer all of their menu options at any time of the day to satisfy any mood you find yourself in. They offer a variety of your favorite salads, sandwiches, burgers, and Italian dishes. Gilbert Street Cafe is a casual-style family restaurant in a comfortable, modern, and friendly environment. They are open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Feel free to place an order online for takeout or come and dine inside. Their friendly staff will greet you as part of their own family. You can call at 217-213-6169 or visit 628 North Gilbert Street in Danville. Gilbert Street Cafe is a proud sponsor of the Dashers Hockey Club.
Jocko's features legendary pizza and so much more. Imagine all your favorite ingredients piled high on Jocko's crispy, crackery thin, or New York-style crust, plus many delectable signature pizzas. Jocko's award-winning loaded farm-fresh salad bar has the best selection in town and goes perfect with their daily homemade soups. Our extensive menu is comprised of a large variety of appetizers, hearty sandwiches, several entrees, including savory pasta and luscious desserts, wet your whistle signature wines, and craft beer specials. There is always something new to discover at Jocko's, so don't miss our daily and monthly specials. Kids of all ages will love the model trains and daily games on the big screens. We welcome groups of all sizes or enjoy the comfort of a homemade meal in the convenience of your home or office from their bountiful selection on the catering menu. Jocko's, rocking your taste buds since 1970.
Saloff now in the high slot. His quick shot, he scores! Nikolai Saloff! Oh my goodness! Some bomb right hands in front of the Dasher bench. Pulls his helmet off. Still goal. Now Jawan Davis. His first shot, he scored! Jawan Davis. To his backhand. Moving in, he scored! Blake Sewardson, how you doing? Firing up the crowd. Zach Horn in all alone with a breakaway. Walks in, shoots, scores! Zach Horn. Zinchenko towards the goal, shoots, he scores! Bogdan Zinchenko restores the lead. That second of the season goes over the top of the right. A couple more rights to Greco, takes him down and pounds him. Zinchenko with a couple over the top. He's got him against the glass. Bogdan Zinchenko, a healthy diet of rights.
My songs know what you did in the dark. My songs know what you did in the dark. So light 'em up, light 'em up, light 'em up. I'm on fire. So light 'em up, light 'em up, light 'em up.
Murphy shoots. Murphy scores. Brosnan who shoots, he scores! Justin Brosnan, the captain.
Take a hit, shoot me down, shoot me down. I won't ever hit the ground, hit the ground. Playing dead I'll never do. Gotta keep an eye on you. Patience is wearing thin, paper thin. Promises broke again. What a sin, but it only feeds my energy. So don't expect no sympathy. Smoke, fire, it's all going up. Don't you know I ain't afraid to shed a little blood? Smoke, fire, flares are going up. Flares are going up. Oh, won't wave my white flag, no. This time I won't let go. I'd rather die than give up the fight, give up the fight, give up the fight, give up the fight. Won't wave my white flag, no. Oh, I won't go down slow. I'd rather die than give up the fight, give up the fight, give up the fight, give up the fight. Put an X on my chest, but I'm still standing, 'cause I won't forget the hell on earth you put me through. I'll save myself in spite of you. Smoke, fire, it's all going up. Don't you know I ain't afraid to shed a little blood? Smoke, fire, flares are going up. Flares are going up. Oh, won't wave my white flag, no. This time I won't let go. I'd rather die than give up the fight, give up the fight, give up the fight, give up the fight. Won't wave my white flag, no. Oh, I won't go down slow. I'd rather die than give up the fight, give up the fight, give up the fight, give up the fight. White flag, never going up, no, no. White flag, never going up, no, no. White flag, never going up, no, no. Won't wave my white flag, no. This time I won't let go. I'd rather die than give up the fight, give up the fight, give up the fight, give up the fight. Won't wave my white flag, no. Oh, I won't go down slow. I'd rather die than give up the fight, give up the fight, give up the fight, give up the fight.
One final time, welcome back to the Dashers Hockey Network. My name's Devin Dobeck. Along with you, let's take a look at our game stats through 40 minutes of play. The score, the Bobcats 5, the Dashers 0. Shots are 33-25, so not really that skewed like they were last night, but the Bobcats have had much more success on the offensive end. Dashers 0 for 4 on the power play. The Bobcats 1 for 3 on their man advantage opportunities. 6 penalty minutes to 8 penalty minutes. Still have not had a fight in the weekend. But we'll see what period number 3 will hold. It's been a fun ride. Still 20 more minutes to go here. Should be a blast. Dashers and the Bobcats. This game not exactly close anymore, but the Bobcats trying to lock up home ice advantage for that Tuesday playoff game against the Zydeco. Ian Erdman will have 3 seconds left to sit on down in the penalty box before he's released, finishing off his slashing minor penalty. And the teams will get set. We'll see who Paul McLean elects to go with first. It looks like Gagnon out there with Malat, along with Prexler and Sewardson. And here we go. For the final time, we are underway. Faceoff is won and controlled by Reller. Back to Andrioli. Rufus, the Bobcat mascot, is starting some stamping in the bleachers, getting the crowd going here to open things on up. Big tie up in the corner. Prexler being restricted from getting to the puck. Now eventually it settled on down, but Malat has it roll back over to the far point. Davis spoons it down low for Sewardson to chase. Takes a funky bounce off the wall, and he forced it on goal. Another good save made by Schrum. Schrum looking for his first professional shutout tonight. Although I believe in the game he entered, although didn't start, he stopped all 20 shots. So doesn't have an official shutout, but in one of his outings, he did stop everything he faced. Just wasn't a starting role. Of course, that was against the Venom last weekend when it was a 10-1 victory for the Bobcats. That scoring hasn't been this drastic here tonight, as there's a turnover to Hlavik. Walking in around Madiorov. Tried to get a shot away and couldn't pull the trigger. Madiorov back on over. Here's a quick chance for Mercurio. Save made by Rutherford, and Gagnon floats it back out to center. A good clear, so there's no icing. 9:24 Eastern time here. An earlier one for our Danville fans, of course, back home. 6:30 Central, not a bad start time. Utero runs into a couple Cats, and now back the other way comes Blue Ridge. Pass on over for a quick shot from Vlasov. Still loose. Daly trying to kick it back to his stick. He's able to retain possession. Delaney chases him down to the far side. It'll be held by Mercurio. Out to the point for Radchenko. Radchenko shoots. Glove save Rutherford. It leaks through. They score. Vlasov or Radchenko. Either one of them put it in. See who leads the line. It looks like it's going to be Vlasov. And the Bobcats need just a minute and 49 seconds to open the scoring here in period 3, and it's 6-0. It's another tough break for the Dashers. Just continuing to have these breakdowns defensively. Rutherford can only do so much. Levac having a conversation with Danny Martin ahead of this next faceoff. And puck is dropped. And here we go. Radchenko out of his own end turns it over to Zach Horn, who's able to settle it on down, trying to get it to Brazen. Instead weaves through a couple Bobcats and throws one on goal. Brazen back over for Levac. Levac stapled into the wall by Colgan. And now the puck leaks out to the far point. Slinger back down low, might have hit a body on the way in. Levac frees up some space for himself, but running out of time. Now here come the Bobcats with a 3-on-2 the other way. Slinger gets burned. Martin trying to center one for Godmere. Gets it back. Over to Godmere again. He tried to go high and tight, and Rutherford answers on the near side post. Another chance in front. Rutherford pad save. Erdman runs into Martin. Levac finishes his check down in the corner on Brezko. Slinger out of his own end takes a couple slashes and stick lifts from Godmere, loses the puck in the center ice circle. Picks it back on up and plays it for Gagnon, who will flip it out to center. Horn couldn't settle it. It's Radchenko picking up the vacant puck. Gagnon touches it to Malat. Malat for Sewardson on the near side. Sewardson will shoot it in deep. And now to play it is Andrioli. He quickly pinballs it back the other way. Game of ping pong going on between these two teams. This one results in an icing, though, with 16:46 to play in period 3. Shots are 38-27 in favor of the Bobcats, and they've got quite the margin going for them here. Davis versus Reller on the ensuing faceoff, and it's going to be Reller coming away with it after the tie-up. Andrioli shoves it up the wall. McHugh in a foot race with Malott, and they're going to say Malott won the race. McHugh close once again. Those two will share a laugh after the fact and take a glide together down the other way. Juwan Davis, another guy who's been here all the way since late December with the Dashers, playing in his 37th game for the team. He's got 19 points, 8 goals, and 11 assists. As this one will get sent down the length again, and we'll get set to pick up right where we left off with another face-off in the O-zone for the Dashers. 16:31 remaining on the clock. Pretty good crowd tonight. The near side bleachers look to be virtually full. I'd say probably 75% or so. The far side maybe closer to the 50% threshold. But still, it's been loud. The crowd's getting into it. The fans are excited, and definitely will be a pretty cool atmosphere for the playoff game on Tuesday. Unless the Dashers pull off one of the wildest comebacks in FPHL history, which we're not ruling out just yet. Andrioli out to the point. It's Klinecki. Klinecki, catch and shoot. And Rutherford locates that with his radar and uses the glove to hang on to it. O'Reilly, Madiarov, and Uturo, the line out there. Malott and Rothi will make up the D pair. Madiarov and Reller to take the face off. It's won by Reller. Quick shot from McHugh's turned aside. Rutherford, another save in tight on Reller. Off the back of the goal. Reller plays it to himself. Some nifty skating, forces it to McHugh. Cut off by Madiarov. Quick back to Reller. That hit either the crossbar or Rutherford's face. I heard a bit of a ping there, though. And now Malott sweeps it around the wall. O'Reilly trying to catch up to it and can't. Andrioli cutting to the middle, looking for a feed from McHugh. That one deflected to the far side. 15:30 to go here in period number 3. Final regulation period for the Dashers this season. Andrioli to the middle. McHugh back over to Reller, looking for McHugh again. Reller still got it. Adjusting over to the near side. Through the circles. Gives it over to McHugh. Drop pass for Klinecki. Klinecki hits the brakes. Jumps around the junk dog. And now McHugh quickly on goal. The rebound. Rutherford, another brilliant save. Sprawling out to knock that one down. Reller once again with it. Gives to McHugh. McHugh blows an edge. Madiarov says thank you very much. And here he goes. Rumbling down the far side with Uturo. Uturo, room to shoot. Takes it. And a save made by Schrum. Reller throws a couple slashes at Madiarov. And now maybe some pushing and shoving. The officials have to get involved. It looks like Ramanow now forcing Madiarov back over into the corner. Brazen calms down Brandon Reller as everybody gets untangled, and we'll get set for some more hockey. Right at the 15-minute mark, we'll see if they want to burn the immediate timeout. It looks like we're going to save it for the next whistle. Dashers have been held scoreless through exactly 45 minutes here in the game. See if they've got any tricks up their sleeves here on this face-off. Levac will go out to take it. Opposite of him is Andrioli. Face-off is tied up, and they're going to toss Levac off the draw, even though he lost it. Interesting decision from the linesman there. Levac searching for an explanation, gets it before he backs on off the dot. And Zach Horn will come in. Horn trying to tie up the stick of Mercurio. And now it comes on over to the near side wing. Quick opportunity as now here come the Bobcats. Centering feed, couldn't get forced on goal. Still loose. Brazen knocks it out of harm's way from Mercurio, who fishes it back up again. Mercurio off the wall, back down low. Slinger comes in to cut off the route of Ferosith. And now holding it. Centering pass from Vlasov. Goes over to Horn. Vlasov back checking. Horn tried to jump around Ramanow. Sewardson back in over the blue line, trying to find a new gear. He's taken down with a stick of Vlasov, no call. Deflected pass by Horn, finds its way to Delaney. Mistouched that one. Horn had his stick tied up by Godmere. Wheeling all the way around, here's Brezko on over, quick shot, Godmere right into the face of Rutherford, who makes the save. He's in some pain, referees check on him. Godmere touches it around Sewardson for Martin. Martin, no look pass for Godmere. Into the middle, Godmere shoots, he missed the net. Settled by Delaney once more around the wall. It's going to be Radchenko with it. Back for Godmere, quick pass, and a shot is not all the way in on goal that time off stick of Brezko. Davis has it taken away by Colgan. Back on over to Martin on the far side. Floated on in. Delaney locked up with Godmere. Godmere shoots. Save made by Rutherford. Forced it to the far corner. Let's go Bobcats, the chant from inside Hitachi Energy Arena. Sewardson back on over to Rothy. Sewardson plays it on back for Gagnon. Gagnon controlling it. Gives for Prexler. A little hot to handle on that pass. Then him and McHugh knock the wind out of each other. Davis gets it over to Sewardson. Maybe a one-on-one brewing. Sewardson to the middle with room. Shoots, and he missed the net. Davis run into the wall by Radchenko. And, oh, they score. The red light did not go on, but it looks like Sewardson's going to, or maybe Malat. Who knows? It is Malat now leading the line. And so the Dashers are on the board. Wow, that one I definitely got caught in the midst of it as well, but Nathan Malat picking up his second of the season. That was a really bizarre thing. You saw Radchenko finish his check on Jawan Davis after the fact as well. But all right, we'll take it. Dashers on the board. It looks like another immediate timeout. We'll take it after this word from Evergreen.
Evergreen Roadworks is a blend of Champagne Asphalt, Ileana Construction, pavement maintenance systems, and ProTac asphalt spraying experts with roots dating back to 1946. Together, they leverage their expertise to expand their capabilities and provide enhanced services to all of their valued customers. Evergreen Roadworks is a trusted brand who prides themselves on healthy business relationships and a safety-first mindset. They have a proven legacy, supported by quality that lasts, and will continue to find new ways to improve their technology to leave both new and current customers satisfied. Evergreen Roadworks' consideration for one another has a lasting positive impact, ensuring their influence resonates long after the asphalt cools. For more information, email info@evergreenroadworks.com or call 217-356-7288.
So go figure, Nathan Malat's on the scoreboard, his second of the season. I completely missed it. I was watching the Davis check behind the goal because Radchenko really ran him, and it looked like Davis would be in some pain, but he ate the hit like a champ, and his team gets on the scoreboard now. Reller and Madiarov will take this ensuing faceoff. They were just tangled in a scrum a couple moments ago. So now here we go again on the face-off circle. It's going to be one away by Reller. Nice hit by Utero on Slagers over on the near side. Now here's Andrioli chipping it ahead for McHugh. 12.5 minutes to play here in the final period of regulation for the Dashers. Jumanji breaks up that pass attempt. Utero on the forecheck trying to create some sort of opportunity for Madiarov. It's knocked away by Jumanji again. Utero back over across the line for Malat. Takes a Dasher-friendly bounce, and he's able to chip it on in. Jumanji trying to avoid the official, can't play the puck. Officials have been in some wrong places at the wrong times tonight. Certainly can't fault them trying to call the game as best as I am, but there's been a few run-ins that you don't typically see too much. Utero running out of space, trying to play it away from Klinecki. It comes out to center. And now the other way, McHugh thought about the toe drag. Fakes, goes around Malat, still holding. Centers one, it gets all the way through. Andrioli on goal. Rutherford with a big-time save once again. That's something I'll certainly miss most of all is Rutherford's save calls, because he's been brilliant all season long. Erdman to Utero. Utero back across for Mo Levac. Levac trying to reel it in, shoving Hlavik, but can't get him off the puck. Good, strong play by the big defenseman. Vlasov Gives it back on over for Ramanow. Ramanow trying to wheel around Horn. Instead, it's chipped out to center. Daly fighting to get it for Mercurio, who's denied by Rutherford. Another brilliant pad save. Shots are 45, maybe 46 now, to 30 in favor of the Bobcats. Slinger in the corner has his stick lifted up by Vlasov. Mercurio over to Erdman. Fans might have wanted a call on that. A chance in front as well. Erdman punched into the wall by Mercurio. It's Brazen now picking it up over in his own end. Bank pass for Slinger. Slinger finding a new gear. 2-on-1 for the Dashers. Slinger walks in, shoots, and a save made. Zach Horn has been looked off on a couple of those odd man rushes. Got to be frustrating for him. As now Horn plays it back for Slinger and chips it in deep. 10:20 to go here. Almost halfway through the final frame here in regulation time. It's Martin gliding on in, cuts to the middle through the circle, weaving through bodies. Couldn't get the shot away the second effort, and Rutherford makes the save. Gets a couple extra hacks from Brezko. So 6-1 our score here. Bobcats are cruising their way to a home ice advantage in that wild card round. Competitive game last night. Dashers led 2-0 early. Then it was 3 unanswered goals from the Bobcats before Prexler tied it late in period 2. And then in the third period, the Bobcats with both goals. Mercurio credited with the 4th goal and the game winner. As Bobcats went on to win 5-3. Now Sewardson another 2-on-1 with Prexler. He'll close in. Saucer pass to Prexler. Hit the post and it stays out. In front to Davis. Davis couldn't find it to the bladed part of his stick. Back down low. Sewardson shoved off the puck. Davis takes a check as well from Colgan. And now here come the Bobcats. Maybe a 3-on-1. Rothy trying to pivot around to the goal. Rutherford gets run into the post. And nothing, no response from the Dashers. Brezko just ran Rutherford over. I mean, I got to see something. He's in a lot of pain, but I'm sure he'll be all right. A tough customer nonetheless. He's now back up to his knees. The trainer's out. We'll step aside for another media timeout and be back in a moment to Wytheville.
Nuts About Bolts is a family and locally owned hardware store that has been open since 2015. Offering a wide range of products, they have the missing piece for your next project. If they don't have what you're looking for in stock, they can happily order it for you. Nuts About Bolts offers delivery services with no minimum purchase amount required. They take pride in their prices and friendly service. First-time customers get 10% off their first purchase. Additionally, Nuts About Bolts accepts returns up to 30 days after your purchase. They are open Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. and on Saturday from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. You can call at 217-516-3186 or visit them at 812 Warrington Avenue in Danville to learn more. Nuts About Bolts is a proud sponsor of Dashers Hockey.
This is no ordinary cup. This Scooter's coffee cup was served with a genuine so good to see you again smile. This cup has a little boost of energy just for you. This cup came with extra whip for good luck.
We lost!
You'll get them next time. This Scooter's coffee cup was made by your favorite barista for her favorite customer. So go ahead, scoot on around. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast.
Scoot on around.
Parker Rutherford is going to stay in the game. He's okay. Jack Hudek is the backup. It looked like he was getting ready for a moment. Saw him take his hat off and get ready. But instead, Rutherford's going to stick it on out, as he has for so many games this season. Huge shout out to Oscar Wahlgren, of course, who was part of that tandem with Rutherford that made Dasher goaltending so exciting early on. Haven't got a chance to see Hudek, unfortunately, but it's been a pleasure to have him around the team as well since joining before the trip down south. Inside 10 minutes to play here. Devin Doback along with you for one final time here in 2025. Rothy cut off by Reller. Puck chips up in the air. Still can't be settled by any party. Jawan Davis with it once more. Breaks it out to Sewardson. He runs out of time and space. To the corner now. It's Prexler. Can't catch up to it, but McHugh turns it over to Davis. Davis, backhand feed is picked on off, and chip right back to Jawan. Jawan on goal quickly. Prexler's backhander's turned aside. Sewardson run into the wall. And now back the other way. McHugh touches it to Reller. Reller fish hooking his mouth guard. Enters the zone. McHugh back to Reller. Save made by Rutherford. Another good chance for the Cats goes awry. Sewardson a bank pass looking for Uturo, but it just didn't work out. Prexler tripped over the feet of Vlasic. No call there. Probably the right one. Catching up to the 8-minute mark here. Shots are 48-31 in favor of the Bobcats. Turnover at center by Madiarov gives Blue Ridge the possession once more. Hitting the brakes and now sending it on over to Mercurio. Erdman broke up the play for just a quick moment, and now it goes up and falls into the Dasher end. Slinger back out of the zone for Yosuke Jumanji. It's Uturo on over the blue line. Uturo shoots. It got deflected and goes wide beyond the goal. All the way back out into the neutral zone. Slinger touches it for Gagnon. Touch pass from Madiarov finds Uturo. Uturo takes down a Bobcat with him. 7:20 to play here in regulation time. Still 6-1's our score. Mercurio, maybe a chance one-on-one, going up against Slinger. And he sails that one up and off the glass. A little Bobcats chant going on. Jumanji with a good touch to the far side. He'll dart to the goal. Tried to weave around Radchenko and had it stolen away. Yusuke Jumanji, another guy who's been here since training camp, except a couple weeks he had to go get his visa. But another guy who's developed his game so much. He's even become a physical option for the Dashers. Really have been impressed with his efforts and development all the way back to October, and certainly has a bright future ahead of him wherever he goes to play. Of course, his dream is to play professionally in Japan. He's got the experience to do so, so time will tell if he's able to go through with that. Malott on over to Gagnon. Back for Nathan Malott. Those two have been a fun defensive pairing, something I wish we got to see a couple more times throughout this season. It's back out. It bleeds out of the zone all the way back to Malott, who will go track it down. With inside 6.5 minutes to play. Godmere harassing Malott, who's able to get it back to Gagnon, who wraps it out of the zone. Horn runs into Martin to break up that play. Levac couldn't force it to O'Reilly. Gagnon having to retrieve his stick, using the butt end to try and sweep the puck away. He is resourceful, that guy. Wrap back in around. Held and sent on out inadvertently by Brezko. Colgan touches it back for Radchenko. Radchenko across the blue line. Still with it. Shoots, and Rutherford in his logo makes another save. 5:53 to go, so another minute till our final media timeout of the Dashers hockey season. Some of these things just become a second nature. Things you say so often and think will never end, and unfortunately it comes now to that bittersweet ending. Face-off controlled by the Cats. Klinecki's quick shot off the draw goes right into Rutherford's chest, and we'll do another whistle. Sewardson, Jawan Davis, TJ Prexler, Tim Delaney, and Lucas Rothie out there for the boys in white. Reller, McHugh, Ferosith, Klinecki, and Slager's out there for the Cats. Chance in front, a bunch of bodies flying everywhere. Lucky that McHugh and Ferosith didn't collide. Sewardson, backhand feed to give it ahead for Prexler. Prexler lost it trying to get it back to Tim Delaney. Delaney has it go by him to McHugh. McHugh closes in, tried to move to the backhand. Lucas Rothie, a fine defensive effort, and then finishes his check into the corner wall. McHugh walking into the middle, and Rutherford squeezed the legs together to make that save. See if we can get some updates in our out-of-town scoreboard for you while we have a moment. Port Huron leads Motor City 5-2 out in Fraser in that rivalry matchup. Binghamton on top of the Venom 10-1 in the third period. Danbury leads Watertown 4-2 in Connecticut in period 3 as well. Athens on top of Columbus 4-2 in the third as Reller trying to make a quick opportunity, swings it back. A couple more updates is Carolina leads Monroe 6-2 down in Louisiana, and Mississippi trailing Baton Rouge 3-2 in the second period at the Raising Cane's River Center. That shot goes just wide from the point by Hlavik. Reller picking it back on up. Sewardson looking for Rothy, but he was headed to the same area, and they can't connect on the pass. Sewardson now forcing a turnover. Leads Prexler. Prexler being harassed by McHugh. Back over the line. Area pass to Utero. Shoots. Glove save made by Schrum. And he'll wait for another whistle. And our final media timeout of 2025. We will take it, fans. It's been a blast. We'll be back in a dash when we return right here on the Dashers Hockey Network.
The solar industry has come a long way since it got its start. With lower installation costs, greater output and storage options, and financial incentives for getting started, now is a great time to add solar to your home. Rector Solar and Roofing is your neighborhood authority in the solar industry. They are experienced roofers who know the value of solar and strive to put it to work in our community. They can dispel the myths surrounding solar and give you trusted advice that's accurate to your home. Visit rectorsolar.com to request a free quote or call 217-281-7000.
Jocko's features legendary pizza and so much more. Imagine all your favorite ingredients piled high on Jocko's crispy, crackery thin, or New York-style crust, plus many delectable signature pizzas. Jocko's award-winning loaded farm-fresh salad bar has the best selection in town and goes perfect with their daily homemade soups. Our extensive menu is comprised of a large variety of appetizers, hearty sandwiches, several entrees, including savory pasta and luscious desserts, wet your whistle signature wines, and craft beer specials. There is always something new to discover at Jocko's, so don't miss our daily and monthly specials. Kids of all ages will love the model trains and daily games on the big screens. We welcome groups of all sizes or enjoy the comfort of a homemade meal in the convenience of your home or office from their bountiful selection on the catering menu. Jocko's, rocking your taste buds since 1972. Gilbert and Williams, Danville, Illinois.
Face off. We get another quick whistle here right out the gate, and we're going to do it once again, it looks like. Haven't had too many penalties here down the stretch in period 3. There was some physical play that looked like it was boiling over in the second, but we haven't seen much of Quinn O'Reilly in a bit. Who, of course, is at the center of all that madness. Now a chance in front. There's Jumanji. Off the post is Utero. Once again, Jumanji shoots again, and he missed. Slinger keeps it in at the blue line. Gives it back to Utero. Quick pass for Jumanji. Now the Dashers are moving it well. Down low to Matyarov. Sends it over to no one in the far circle, and it's sent on out. Erdman will have to come bail out Zach Slinger, who misplayed it. Sent up to Utero. Kicks it on over for Hlavik. Now the other way, quick pass. Gets all the way through Mercurio and in deep. Erdman wheeling around the goal, drops it on back to Slinger. Slinger off of Jumanji's leg. He winces in a little bit of pain. Ramanow closing in through the circle. And goes right back into the trapezoid. And it looks like Ramanow will try and reset. He took his sweet old time. No rush for the Bobcats. They're going to take this final 200 seconds rather leisurely as the puck gets iced, and Dashers will get set for an offensive zone draw. Levac, Brazen, and Horn people start to beg the question, what do the futures look like for at least Brosnan and Levac? Time will certainly tell there. They have not made any formal declaration one way or another on their playing careers, but two guys who are familiar fan favorites in Danville. They've been doing it for Mo Levac, parts of 6 years, for Justin Brosnan, parts of 8 years. So a huge shout out to them for all their contributions and wishing them the best. Hopefully it's still on the ice sometime next year. As Delaney picks up another icing call. Gagnon, Delaney, Horn, Brosnan, and Levac out there. Countering them will be Godmere out there with Ramanow, along with appears to be Godmere and, oh, not two Godmeres. Looks like having a little trouble, but Martin, along with Brezko and Radchenko is who it was. It's now an offside whistle. So the whistles just continue to flow and flow freely. Blue Ridge can get a change, though, this time. It's been a fun ride, folks. Thanks for being there every step of the way. Thank you for your everlasting support and words of encouragement. As we wind down here, blowing a tire was Prexler. He's in a little bit of pain on the far side. Now back to his feet and into the play. It's Andrioli dropping it over to McHugh. Back for Andrioli, and he'll go below the end line. Around Gagnon, still holding out to the point for Slagers. One-timer from McHugh wouldn't go. And Sewardson will start things out of his own end. Stretching it out off the backhand of Gagnon, trying to take it with him in over the blue line. It squirts to Davis. One-touch pass for Sewardson, and he lost it. Oh, I can't believe Davis didn't bang that one home. Been working on his one-timers after practice. Another big save from Rutherford on McHugh. Why not one more for the highlight reel? Minute 50 to play here. Delaney for Gagnon. Catches it with his skates and flips it into the offensive zone. Sewardson tried to knock it away from Hlavik, and now it's Reller back the other way. Over the blue line shoots, and it missed everything. Ferosith turns it over to Erdman. Tried to work it back to Prexler. It's cut off by Mercurio on his back end to the goal. Centers one. Daly on goal. Another big save from Rutherford. Daly then hit by Erdman. Another big save on the redirection by Rutherford. I'm not sure he ever saw it. We want the Zydeco is the chant in here. So you know these fans are ready for playoff hockey. And now we turn to the final minute. Daly below the end line. Over to Hlavik. That one caught a lot of Lucas Rothy's knee. He's going to be very ginger on that right leg, trying to get his way off the ice. Dashers ice the puck, though, so I'm not sure how the officials will respond. It looks like Rothy is going to be allowed to head off for Gagnon because he's in some serious pain. Probably just a good bruise, but those definitely smart. Shots 57-35 in favor of the Bobcats. Pretty fitting. Parker Rutherford's going to make more than 50 saves in his final outing of the season. Guy who's made upwards of 1,600 saves this season. The only goaltender to accomplish such a feat this year. So congratulations to Parker. There are a lot of accolades and things he can hang his hat on down the stretch here in this season. Of course, the couple wins late were thrilling with the game of the year in Motor against the Rockers a couple nights ago. Chance in front for the Dashers. Couple good saves made by Schrum. Uturo turns it over to Martin, and now numbers the other way with 20 seconds to play. Saucer pass goes through the legs of Brezko. Fans are up on their feet now inside Hitachi Energy Arena. Into the final 10 seconds now. Quick shot from Godmere goes up and out of play. And we'll get ready for one final face-off. Martin will take it against Matyarov. One of the most seasoned players versus one of the league's newest. as Rutherford makes another quick save. And that will do it, folks. The Bobcats will host the Zydeco on Tuesday for the wild card play-in game. The Dashers' season comes to an end. They finish with a record of 3-49-4, embracing their goaltender at the other end of the ice. I'm sure an emotional moment for all those guys. Paul McLean walks over to pay his respects to Rutherford as well for a great game that he played. Dashers fall once again by a final score of 6-1. We'll start to get ready to wrap up here. Let's see if we can at least take you through the box score for a moment. The Bobcats take this one in dominating fashion. They had all 5 goals in that period, too, which of course made all the difference. Shots in period 3 were 25-11 in favor of the Bobcats. They outshoot the Dashers 58-36. We'll take you through the box score now. Igor Ramanow opened the scoring a minute into period number 2, with the assist going to Hlavik. Then on the power play at 6:07 in the second, Brezko scores from Martin and Slagers. Then at 7:04, it's Kalinecki scoring from Reller and Schrum. 11:28 for Rossith from Martin. At 13:07, McHugh from Reller. And then we went into the third period after a 5-goal second for the Bobcats. Vladislav Vlasov scores at 1:48 into the third from Mercurio and Radchenko to make it 6-0. And then the silver lining, of course, Nathan Malat scoring his second of the season from Blake Sewardson. As the Dashers cemented that score at 6-1, Parker Rutherford in his final game as the goaltender for the Dashers this season stops 52 of 58 that he faced. I gave more of an outro when I was on camera back in our home barn, of course, the David S. Palmer Arena. So I won't take up too much of the fans' times with another huge thank you. If you're interested in watching my sign-off, please feel free to go back to the Saturday game, or maybe it was the Sunday game against the Motor City Rockers. Yes, it was the Sunday game against the Motor City Rockers. The last home game, the final couple minutes, I did my official sign-off. But just to say another couple words, what a season it was, Dasher Nation. Let's see if we can get our camera up here for a moment. Shut my window here as well. It's getting loud out there. That is one of the perks. But yeah, from above the Hitachi Energy Arena, once again, Devin Doback along with you. All the ups and downs, Dasher Nation, we made it. 56 games. A lot of people said it couldn't be done. Well, here we are. We did it, and we made it a fun ride down the stretch. I think there's no doubt about that. Gave my thank yous, as I said. I know I keep going in circles, but a couple quick shout-outs to some of the people who've really made major impacts within the organization. Of course, Jessica Mitchell, the general manager, who stepped up to help us a ton. Matt Musgrove, who I gave a huge shout-out to earlier in the game, but the equipment manager, he was huge. Wayne Bruce, the bus driver for the Dashers. Tara Otter and Scott Harold of the Booster Club, of course, have been huge in doing stuff off the ice for us and making sure the guys have everything they need. To the boys, love them. It's been a blast. And to all the parents and people wishing me well on this journey, it's been a fun one. I'm not sure what the future holds, but I'm sure I will see you on the other side at some point. It'll be awesome to keep in touch with you all. I hope you all have a great summer. Go out there in some warm weather and enjoy the time with your family and loved ones. But yeah, it has officially come to an end here from inside the Hitachi Energy Arena. We got about an 8-hour ride back after team dinner, so we'll be back in Danville tomorrow. I hope I get to see some of you during this week, but we'll be packing up and leaving relatively quickly on the turnaround. So if I don't get to see you, just know I'm wishing you all the best, and thank you for your support this entire season. To my family, my mom, dad, and brother, can't wait to see you guys next week. Should be a fun summer for us. And thank you for all your support from my grandparents, Bob and Lynn. And, of course, to Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior. Appreciate everyone for all the opportunities, support, and everything that's been along the way. And I hope I get a chance to call another game for you down the road. But that just about wraps us up. And as always, I always like to end on the same. And I ask you to join me. So on behalf of my entire media team, back home, that would be Carson Brown and Lincoln Mackin. One last time, a shout out to those guys. But on behalf of my entire media team, for myself, Devin Doback, the voice of the Dashers, so long, and always remember to live the dream. We'll see you on the other side. Love you all.